Was I unmuted that whole time? Oh my god. Normally I like mute my mic before going live and I just saw. I didn't say anything. Wow. Sorry if you heard the sound of me like moving around in my chair. Hi. Why is my lighting so god-awful right now? Why? It did not look like this when I started stream, or like when I first opened OBS. Anyways, hi. Hello. Sorry, I'm in shambles right now. Good god, this lighting is horrendous. Hello. Welcome. Sorry, forgive the lighting. I don't know how to fix it. This room just sucks for lighting. But anyways, good gracious. Hi. Now I made it worse. I'm so sorry. Goodness gracious, good lordy. Hold on. If I go away and come back, that just looks... Jesus Christ. I am so sorry, everybody. Hi! Hello. I don't know why my lighting looks awful. Hopefully it'll fix itself, like, by itself. Who knows? But, hello. Happy New Year. Happy first stream of 2025. Clearly we are off to a great start, considering everything looks blue, despite not having my blue lights on. But today, I swear to God, it did not look like this. It's really bothering me. I don't know why my lighting is looking like this. Hold on. I don't know if there's anything I can do to adjust it in OBS. But today, resolution, blah, 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 configure video. Brightness. Will that do anything? Oh God. Does that help at all? Bumping up the... Oh, Jesus, that looks bad. Well, I guess bumping up the brightness helps a teeny tiny baby bit. White balance. I don't know. Oh my God, I can't even move the slider. Anyways, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna leave it as is. Hopefully it'll fix itself over time. Did I make myself too bright now? I'm so sorry, but hello. While I fiddle with this, welcome to the first stream of 2025. I almost said 2024. Good Jesus Christ. I'm having a time. You know, I'm just gonna leave it to what it said, reset it to what it was. But we're gonna play some more investigations today. Very hyped about that because we're close to the end of the first game in the duology. Why am I out of focus now? We're close to the end of the first game. And we probably will not finish tonight based on what I've heard about the length, because this case is ridiculously long. We might finish on Saturday though. I think we'll finish on Saturday. But today we're just gonna make as much progress as we can. And I'm very excited. I'm trying to think, like, it's been a couple days since I played this game. I'm trying to think about like my theories and what I actually think is going on here. You know what I think the lighting is? I think it's my shirt. I've been able to wear like this bright shirt like other times without the lighting being weird, but for some reason it is right now. But that's okay. Anyways, today. Yeah, I was trying to think in the car. I was like driving around earlier, trying to put the pieces together in my brain, trying to like remember things, even though I literally played this game like 3 days ago. It feels like it was forever ago. I mean, I haven't played it since last year. Oh. But yeah, oh my god, I keep going out of focus. What the hell? You know what, I'm just gonna like minimize, I'm gonna make myself small. I don't know, maybe that will help. Is shrinking, I don't know, lighting. I see right now, I'm looking at my Steam wishlist right now, and I see there are no, you know, whatever, I'm just not gonna fiddle with it. The Steam winter sale ended. Absolutely nothing is on sale right now. But I bought Rebirth. I pre-ordered the PC version of Rebirth. So that will be coming eventually. Not for quite some time though, because I do need to play Remake first, of course. But I am kind of still Sasa Lele, so true. Man, oh my god. I don't know why my camera is like awful today. Why am I, it keeps going like blurry. Good god. Why is the camera getting blurrier? What the hell? Hold on, I'm so sorry. Give me a minute. If I have to restart my OBS, I'm gonna be mad. Okay, it's not blurry anymore, but I swear it did not look like, my camera did not look like this when I started OBS, but it's fine, we'll manage. We will work around it. But yeah, I bought Rebirth. I pre-ordered Rebirth for the PC, so I have to play Remake soon. And I also still need to play Crisis Core. I never played Crisis Core, because I have the remake version of Crisis Core, and what is it called? Crisis Core, what is it called? Reunion. Crisis Reunion. Yeah, that's the one that I have, and I wanted to play Remake first, because I think it has like more remake-based gameplay. We'll get there eventually. I'm wondering if I should play Crisis Core like right after 7 Remake. I might be in the right mood for it, but then I also have Integrate. God, there's too much Final Fantasy VII that I need to catch up on. Too many games. But I do want to make some good. I do feel this crisis to my core, for real. Me, anytime I feel there's any like mild inconvenience in my life, this crisis is in my core. Feeling it to my core, baby. John Belatra was keeping an eye on me. Back there. I don't know where to put him in my run. I need to find like a good spot for him. But yeah, we're investigating. I don't know how long the second game will take. It's been like, what, like 2.5, 3 weeks that we've been playing Investigations 1. I don't know if the second one is longer or if it will be like a similar length, but regardless, I think we will be done with Investigations 2 before the end of January. If we go at the same pace, and if my schedule lines up, because I don't have a too busy work schedule this month, but I have some other things going on. But yeah, we can then start a Final Fantasy, and though I did just talk about 7, I am still kind of leaning towards playing 9. I'm thinking maybe 9, I don't know. And then Disco Elysium. Man, I don't like that it's 2025. I don't like that at all. My brain can't comprehend. I'm still living in like 2020, like mentally. My brain has like lost all sense of like what time passing feels like. So we're just bawling here, trying our best. But that's okay. We'll get through it. In any case. I should probably try not to drink coffee in the evening, but I needed a boost. It was a very gray and miserable day today. I ran out, like, I had a good bar class this morning, but it was also very cold and gray and miserable. Bryce, hello, how are you? Thanks for being here. Sorry about the horrendous blue lighting in my room. I don't know why my camera is doing that today, but we are doing our best. We're getting by. But yeah, it was very gray and miserable, and then I ran out later to like run some other errands, and I was like exhausted. I don't know why, like driving when it's like even the slightest bit dark outside makes me like drowsy. And good, very wintry. Oh my gosh, thank you. Yeah, I literally have the same like lighting in my room that I usually have. I don't know if it's like my shirt that's like making it look different. I don't know. Because I'm wearing like a bright pink shirt. And I've worn this shirt on stream before with like no issue with like the lighting. But I also have like a bright yellow hoodie that I've worn on stream that sometimes does this to my lighting too. So that could be the cause. I don't know why it's just choosing to do it now when it didn't before. But it was a very miserable day. But I just kind of spent most of the day just hanging out, trying to like write in my planner, figure out what I'm going to do. Because one of my plans for this year is to actually make use of my planner. I have a planner like every year, and I kind of alternate, like I'll use it for a week and then I won't use it the next week, and I'll use it the next week, or kind of like alternate. But I'm trying to be proactive and use it and be organized. Because I need things to do with my time. Maybe just having more things to do with my time will help me like stay organized with it. But yeah, I am trying not to think about time passing because it stresses me out very much. And I'm just trying to get by and exist. Although also yesterday, on New Year's Day, I hope you all had a good New Year's, by the way. I hope you had a good like eve and day, however you spent it. Yesterday I started Sonic Heroes. The gameplay feels generally better than Sonic Adventure 2, but like, you know, the rail stuff is still a hassle. But I'm enjoying it. It feels like there's more platforming and stuff in it too. I don't know, like I guess going more up and down levels, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I guess the level design is a bit more intricate because, you know, it is like a couple years later than Adventure 2. I don't know. I'm still in the Sonic mood. And I'm still debating whether I should stream, I think I want to stream Shadow Generations, maybe. Because I have a capture card and I can stream it from my Switch. I could do that, especially since Robbie Damon is in it. I think that kind of solidified it for me. But I have to get through Heroes and then the 2005 game. The 2005 Shadow game. I think it would be hilarious to be able to stream that, honestly, but I don't know if I could stream from my GameCube. Playing P5 after P3 is so strange. It is very strange. It's very different. Was P3 your first Persona, Bryce? Because it is a very different, like stylistically, tonally. It is a very different like vibe overall. And I think you could tell, like, P3, like, kind of, like, was the earlier one. Please stream Shadow 2005. If I can, like, somehow get it onto my computer, you know, stream from my GameCube, then maybe. I think it would be a fun, like, silly game to play. I don't know anything about the plot, really. Well, I know, like, some things, and I've also watched the Snapcube fandom of the game, and all I know is that the game basically undoes all of Shadow's development from Sonic Adventure 2, and then you could choose to make him go through that arc all over again, or just be bad, and be the antithesis to what he is actually meant to be. It just sounds like a disaster, and I need to play it. It seems unintentionally hilarious as well. Like, the opening of that game makes me laugh so hard. Like, I think it's the funniest game intro I've ever seen. It tries so, like, it's trying to take itself so seriously, but he's a hedgehog with a fucking gun. I can't. You expect me not to laugh? He's just straight up murdering people in cartoon fashion. I feel like maybe a third or a half of P5, but then stopped. And that was like 3 years ago, so P3R was me getting back into it. Ooh, that's exciting. That's very cool. How far along are you in P5 now? On this attempt? I I've been like playing more Metaphor too. I continued my 100% playthrough of Metaphor. I think I'm like maybe 35-40% of the way through that. Maybe a little less than that. But I'm kind of like just zooming along, following like a 100% schedule. So it's just for achievements, really. Still in Kamo Shitter's Palace, I see. Good luck. Yeah, that is a time, for real. Anyways. Should we do some investigating of the Miles Edgeworth variety and hope my camera somehow fixes itself so I can stop being blue? If Walter White finds my stream, what is the matter with you? Why are you blue? But it is okay. We will get through this. I do have to lurk. No worries. Do what you gotta do. Thanks for being here. I don't know how far along we are in this case. We're still in the middle section. This is day 3 of this case. This is a long one, but it is the finale, so it makes sense, I guess. I don't know if we'll finish, but let's see how it goes. Oh no, the building's on fire. Oh yeah, there were 2 fires, by the way. Anyways, the Yatagarasu's true identity. Okay, I was thinking about this earlier. I'm trying to like piece some things together. Here's everybody. Alright, I'm trying to piece this together. As to, this section's called the Yatagarasu's true identity, and I'm thinking that it's neither Callisto U nor Burn Faraday. Because first off, why would this section be titled that? And I don't know. This whole time, I never got the impression that that actually was the case. This guy. She's on the trail of her father's killer, the second Yatagarasu. She found something among her father's notes or something like that, hinting that he was the real Yatagarasu. Something along those lines. And I'm trying to think, if it wasn't him, who could have, like, had access to, like, her stuff? Cam, hello! How are you? Pardon the awful lighting in my room today, but we're getting by. I hope you're doing well. But yeah. I think she said something about like finding it in her father's belongings or whatever. And I'm thinking, who would have access or like be in closest contact with her and her father's belongings? This guy. He's been supposedly on the trail of the Yatagarasu for 7 years now. Or like, I don't know how long ago. Is it 10 years? I don't know. 10 years. 7 years. No, I don't remember. 7 years. Yeah. What if, it was the thief hiding in plain sight? We never found him because he was one of the detectives on the case. Adachi! Oh, hi Reaper, how are you? Why is Burn's face like that? It does kind of look like the male Roblox face. Okay, now that I'm taking a good look at it, why is he doing that? Okay. Not the Moy statue, oh my god. But I'm thinking, if it's not... Bird seems like the most likely candidate if it's not Callisto or Burn. Or Bad. Tyrell Bad. The other possibility? Yo, Angelo, real! Yo, Burn. Also, Shilong Lang. He made a little brief cameo as like a rookie detective or whatever in the previous case. We didn't know who he was at the time. Why was he there? Could he actually be the thief? I don't know. I guess based on my instincts, I'm leaning more towards Bad, but it is still very possible. Another thing that kind of goes along with, I think I mentioned earlier in this case, actually, if Lang and Sheena are co-conspirators in this murder and this theft. Oh my god, Evolution Nerd, welcome! How are you doing? I'm trying to put things together in my brain. I'm trying my best to kind of figure out what's going on here. I think early in the case, I did start to suspect Sheena of the murder in the what is it, the Babel side? And now it seems like we have evidence that is starting to like point towards that. And it seems like we might confront her right here about that. And I was thinking, what if she did the murder on this side and Lang did the murder on the other side? What if they're both the thief? Is Cases gonna melt my brain either way? Oh, I love when cases melt my brain. I love when games melt my brain, make me like go inside, upside down, trying to piece it all together. I love when a game does that. Not in a good way. Oh, well, we'll just see how it goes. Oh, I had a salary cutting video redeem. I could. My lighting! My lighting fixed itself! Let's go! Why am I suddenly no longer blue? I don't know. Let's go! Winter is over. Let's go. We're so back. I don't know why my lighting looked like that at the beginning. I don't know what's going on. This is the longest case in the entire series. Yeah, this is like day 3 I've been on this case, so I'm probably not gonna finish tonight. It's time to be summer, yay. Hot Edgeworth summer, let's go. But also, my other super dumb theory, but this is Ace Attorney, so dumb theories can actually be real. Sheena is Callisto in disguise. I know, just by looking at them, they don't look very similar. But there was a case in another Ace Attorney game that I played last year where I was trying to figure out, is this character actually this character? They don't actually look similar and their eyes are different colors, but it turns out they were the same character. No way! So maybe the eye color doesn't matter. I don't know. How long has Sheena and Lang been working together? Has it been 7 years? If it's been 7 years, that kind of adds credence to my theory. Well, that's a possibility. And if that's the case, is she actually one of several? I don't know. I don't know. It's anime. The facial features are malleable, very real. Reunion and Turnabout? It was the last case of Ace Attorney 6, so Turnabout Revolution is the case I'm thinking of. I don't want to get into details about that case, but I kind of had a similar theory about something in that case. Yes, Mask de Mask. And he's just a copycat. He could never be Rhonda Light. But that is another thing I am considering. I don't know about Dual Justice and Spirit of Justice. Totally valid. Or DGS 1. DGS? Great Ace Attorney? Those are my favorite games of all time. Great Ace Attorney, I mean, they're both great. Great Ace Attorney 2 is my favorite game that I've ever played. It's so fucking good. I love it so much! But I'm trying to think. It's either him, and he's been hiding in plain sight this whole time, or it's the two of them. It's the two of them, and they're just, I don't know. And are they the same person? I don't know. I'm just trying my best to figure it out. Anyways, we should probably continue. Agent Lang. Lindsay says, little cubs never do they know the real fury of the elder wolves. How does anybody take this man seriously, Mr. Omegaverse here? I was also told Investigation 2 is one of the best ones. That was a lie. Well, I mean, I haven't played it yet, so I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it right after this, so we'll see how it goes. I know his glasses, they don't look comfortable. How does that work? How does that, like, is it like a bug on his face or something? How does that work? These quotes are definitely becoming increasingly difficult to decipher. And what does that mean? It means I'll never really know how angry I can get. Are you supposed to be threatening me? Mr. Prosecutor, the counterfeit bills made with Babyliss Inc. Oh yeah, we found those last time. They were all of Zheng Fa denominations. Yes, so I heard from Miss Von Karma. As you have this Mortal Kombat fatality where Takeda stabs you in the face with your own rib cage. Ouch. It's not our boy Gumfuck. He's too innocent. Like, we literally, in the previous case, we have established multiple times that he's too no thoughts head empty to do a murder. But we don't know where the play money has gone. It just burned up, didn't it? They must not have figured out that it was all burned yet. Ever since those things showed up in circulation, my country's economy has taken a big hit. Zhengda is in financial chaos as we speak, because we can't tell the difference between our own bills and the fakes. But it's not just the money. The citizens are also worried. I've staked the honor of the House of Lang on this, and have come to this land to capture the mastermind behind this whole mess. I investigated how the bills are made and how the ink was smuggled into Zhengfa, and I pursued the smuggling ring all the way here. But tonight, this is where the final chapter was written. Despite my frantic efforts to chase the smuggler down, someone got to him first. And now I'm called to return home without a single answer. Agent Lang, Yeah, everybody, yeah. Every single character in Ace Attorney history. Yeah. Hello, Abaddon! I'm doing okay. I hope you're doing well. Don't start, it's not your fault. Or what if he is totally unawares? What if he doesn't know? What if she's keeping him in the dark? I don't know. I have to put out every single bullshit theory I have in hopes that one of them is right, because more often than not, one of them is right. It's not anyone's fault, Mr. Prosecutor. Ambassador Alba, I'm sorry for all the trouble tonight. Oh, no. It is I who should apologize, which is all because I was not strong enough. That's enough dodgeballs, who cares? Real, I need to stop with the Apollo dodgeballs. You're doing okay? Glad to hear it. I am okay. It was a very gray and miserable day today, but I did an errand, which is something. So I'm doing okay. If only I was able to think of a better solution. Carcass, you fool! Curse your empty brain! You're being too hard on yourself, Ambassador. Oh, thank you for the pin, Abaddon. Thank you for that. Now that I have that typed out, I might need to shorten that first message. I think it's a bit long, but I made sure to cover all my bases in that message, but it seems kind of long. I might need to tweak it a bit. Not having a very merry Easter. I guess not. I love how Lang's finger taps are kind of on beat. Look at him. It's like the drum beat is like, it happens when he taps his pants. It needs no tweaking? Okay. I take full responsibility for tonight. End of story. Sheena, let's go. Time to return to our den. Oh my god, buddy. Yes. I don't like to admit it, but there's not much else for us to do but go home as well. Is Rosham HT Object is so disproportionate? He does have a very, like, big head. You! Wolfman and the secretary lady! Hold it! Objection! Pow! Detective Gumshoe. Yeah, everybody. Yeah. Also, I've just a reminder, I've not played Investigations 2 yet, so please don't, like, hint at anything that happens in Investigations 2. Just as a general reminder. Detective Gumshoe, have you got the results of the handwriting analysis already? Yep, and that note was definitely written by Mr. Colton, sir. Just as I thought. Good work, detective. Alright. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. How long do you intend to hold us up for? Sorry to have made you wait, but I believe that now everyone is finally here. Agent Sheena, I'd like to ask you something if you don't mind. Are people still interested in the link? What link? Oh, if you're, I don't have links enabled in chat, if that's what you're sending, yeah. Yes. I wish there was a way to, like, just enable, like, Twitch clip links, but I don't know how to do that without, like, an external bot. Maybe I need to find one that lets me do that. I don't know. How exactly did you fail to see the Yatagarasu when you were in the neighboring room to where Mr. Kochan was killed? I'd like you to explain that to us. What? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. What are you doing asking her about something she didn't see? Agent Lang hasn't touched the Babel investigation at all. So I suppose I will need to explain a few things to him first. Miles Edgeworth, I can't even begin to imagine what's going on in that head of yours. Wait, why isn't my palm tree working? What? You can say the name, it's Palestine. You can say the name. Like, it's not a bad word, you can say it. I mean, it's just a reminder, you know, we stand with Palestine in this channel. I don't know why my palm trees aren't working. Is Mix It Up not working today? What the hell? I'm literally logged in to Mix It Up.
Hello, LGBTQ community.
I guess just the palm trees are broken. I don't know why. I'm so sorry. I will review from those points. Good God. I need to figure out how to do that. Thank you for the follow. I'll refund those points. I'll make a note to do those later. I'm so sorry. Palm trees are canceled, real. Hopefully doesn't mean Skate is canceled, because doesn't this month the Skate OVA premiere in Japan? And then it comes like international in March? Something like that. Alright. Alright, sorry. I'm in shambles today. Alright. The only thing going on in my head is the pursuit of the truth. Oh? It sounds like you have some sort of plan. Very well, I'll supervise you until the end. Is she seriously going to treat me as a subordinate for the rest of the day? I mean, she's your boss today, buddy. You're not trying to pick a fight with my subordinate on some flimsy guess, are you? I'm not trying to pick a fight, and the evidence is hardly flimsy, as you will see. I should have known. And you and I are destined to fight it out to the very end. Okay. Stop trying to act like Phoenix, right, buddy? Destined to fight to the end. Like, come on, stop acting like we're fated rivals, buddy. That slot's already been taken. It would appear that way. Well, I'll prove her innocence, so let's see what you got, Prosecutor Edgeworth. With pleasure. In my opening argument, I'll discuss the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babel. Ow, my tooth! Me when I talk and hit my own teeth. And establish exactly who it was that Kay saw. Edgeworth has two hands, but one of those hands is for playing chess. Very true! Agent Lang. I assume you've been briefed on Kay's testimony? You mean the suspicious person in a coat that she saw? That's right. The person is one of the keys to solving this case. The person who pretended to be the Yatagarasu. Pretended? And what do you mean by that? I'll get to that in a second. Oh my god, is he going along with Kay, insisting that she is the real one? Aww. And eat it! I don't know why the palm trees are the only one that aren't working. Oh, I'll look into that.
Hello, LGBTQ community.
I'll get to that in a second, but first I want to review... Yeah, they're all working aside from that. I guess it's not summer anymore. We're so cooked. It's over. It might just be the one redeem that's broken. I can fix it. Thank you, Phoenix, right? Hi. But it's not your time, Phoenix. Edgeworth is going up against somebody that he's destined to fight with, and it's not you. I'll get to that in a second. But first, I want to review what Kay's mystery person did. Also, hi, Astarion. Kay, if you could please explain for us what the person you were chasing did.
Okay, you got it. I first spotted the suspicious person near the open-air stage on the Babel East side. I called out to the person, but as soon as I did, that person ran off. I thought it was rather suspicious, so I immediately gave chase.
For the sake of argument, let's call this suspicious person the Yatagarasu. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'll look into it. It's fine. Yeah. Now please tell us what happened when you chased the Yatagarasu up to the 3rd floor.
Can do. I chased the Yatagarasu all the way up to the 3rd floor of the Babalese embassy. It was a pretty straight chase down the hallway until the sudden turn. The Yatagarasu disappeared around the corner, so I did my best to catch up.
Because she went in there, I'm sure. She went in that... Oh. Or no, went in there. Never mind then. I hope I'm gonna delete my... I swear I'm gonna delete it if it's really dissension. I don't think it is. I think it's something wrong with my bot. I think that's the issue. I was also like recently cleaning out some like video files on my computer, so maybe I accidentally deleted it without even recognizing. It's definitely something on my end.
When I turned the corner, I saw the Yatagarasu run into Mr. Kochin's office. I gave chase and ran into the room. But when I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the light, but then...
There's our palm trees. Who's there? Yeah, why was she so close?
By the time I had turned on the lights, the Yatagarasu had disappeared.
Did it sound like she was yelling from in that room, Kay?
When Kay entered the room, the person she was chasing was already gone.
Why do you suppose that was, Agent Lang? What do you mean, why do you suppose? Isn't it obvious? Person slipped out through the door behind the girl under the cover of darkness. Sorry, but I know for a fact that person didn't escape through that door. Alright, okay, I see that. Yeah, I'm just gonna disable the palm trees. And I'll make a reminder to refund you as well. Alright. I'm so sorry. I don't know why it's been... Alright.
Goodbye.
Oh? How do you know that with such certainty? That's easy. If the Yatagarasu had left through that door, they would have run straight into this person. I mean, literally right into Kay. Or wasn't Gumshoe in there too? Huh. Alright. Yeah, Gumshoe was there, right? Or unless we're gonna say it is Sheena. There's someone right next to Mr. Kochin's office.
Take that!
Alright, so it is just Sheena. So I can't have Edgeworth fuck up multiple times in one thing. I guess because we are suspecting her, that's why we are. She didn't run into... Yeah.
Take that!
Your answer's Sheena.
Yes, because let's consider what would have happened if the Yatagarasu had used the door.
When Kay screamed upon discovering Mr. Kochin's body, the Yatagarasu would have run right into Agent Sheena, who was in the room the next room over. Oh my god. I am in shambles today. Echo, hello, how are you? How's it going? Agent Sheena, would you mind telling us if you saw a suspicious person in question? Something happened. Did you get paid? I lost a 50-50, no! I'm so sorry. No. What did you lose to? Were you going for like Eidolons? For somebody? Because you have both Fugue and Firefly, right? Oh my god, Michelle! Hello, how are you? Thank you for being here. I have a brick raid today. I like that's a bad thing. I know. It's not. Were you just going for Eidolons or? But hello, are you doing well, Michelle? Oh, you have a guarantee for Robin. Let's go. Nice. No, I didn't see anyone. You see? Therefore, the Yatagarasu. It just means that creep slipped out before Sheena made it out into the hallway. Oh, is it the 15 pity? Oh my god, that's really nice. Just got off 14. Who said it was a dead game? Real. even though I've only logged on, like, maybe once or twice in the past 3 weeks. I'm making a note for myself to do my alliance raids. Just so I can get some weekly gear drops. Oh my god, I need to get back into 14. I've been slacking so hard on it lately. I know. And Heaven's Turn. Yes, I need to do Heaven's Turn. Very true. Also, hi, Storm Talon. I like speedran the Christmas event in like the last couple of days it was available because I completely forgot about it. I will definitely do that maybe tomorrow. I don't have much to do tomorrow. Oh, good god. I doubt that, as there was another person in the hallway, a certain detective. Detective Gumshoe, where were you exactly at the time? Me, sir? When I heard Case scream, I ran towards Mr. Cochin's office from the opposite direction of Agent Sheena, sir. So, Agent Lang, can you explain how someone could have eluded both of them? Even you must concede that under these circumstances, the door was not a viable route. Whoa! Is this the Miles Edgeworth? It is! It's Edgy Boy! I love him. Mention all the shenanigans I can get up to with Robin and Sunday, yes! I finally finished the 2.7 quest, by the way. Me being caught up on Honkai? Not quite, but at least I'm caught up on the main story.
Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth. Crank that, Mr. Edgeworth, crank that soldier boy.
No, Kay. I see the hype. I love him. He's not friend-shaped, but I want to study him under a microscope. Like, everything about him. They're gonna add another Yuri light code. You'd love to see it. Yes. I've eliminated one of the possible escape routes from that room. Herda, this time it's the Herda and Ruin May. Herda and Ruin May? Interesting. But this is far from over. I need to make Agent Lang aware as well of yet another possible escape route the Yatagarasu could have taken. Genius, Yuri! Yes! I get it. So that's what you were trying to show me. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, let me guess. This is what you're trying to say, right? Because the door was not a viable escape route, then there must have been another way out. Yeah. Precisely. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, it's time to bust out with our revolving fireplace wall explanation, right? Don't do it for me, Gumshoe. No, not quite yet.
Huh? But why? I thought this would be the perfect time.
The revolving wall on the Babalese side is known only to 4 people. And if we use this information unwisely, the truth may escape us in the end. What's with all the whispering over there? Scared I'll figure out your tactics? Nothing of the sort, Agent Lang. Come, let's continue where we left off. That smug, haughty attitude of yours. You really rubbed me the wrong way, you know that? Well, no matter. I figured you out already anyway. The only other possible escape route besides the door is the room's lone window. Okay, buddy. And since an eerie picture of said escape route exists, are you saying that this photo captures the moment of the Yatagarasu's escape? My dumb theory is this is the statue covered in the coat flying across here. I guess Detective Bad must have filled him in on this photo. I have to admit that at first I thought the window to be a possible escape route as well. Yeah, does he want him to rub him the right way? Psst. Good question. However, I now know that to be impossible. Now, I realize you may not know this, but humans can't fly. Maybe in metaphor they can. Of course I know, that's bloody... Edgeworth, why are you so British? You are not British in any version of the game, to my knowledge. That's bloody common sense! Humans can't fly, skill issue. True. True. Besides, I never said I thought the photo to be of the Yatagarasu's escape route. I suppose not. Alright then, explain yourself. The shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarasu that Kay was chasing after. You can say what you like in whatever language you want. But there's only one language I really understand. A language of evidence. Also wolf speak. Very well then. I present to you proof the person Kay saw is not the same as the one in this photo. What? Proof that it's not the same one in the photo. Yeah, the fire. Because the building was on fire at the time, wasn't it? No, Kay went in there. The fire... Was the fire still happening? Because there was no fire in that photo. I'm gonna go with that.
Take that!
Yeah. Let me explain to you precisely why the shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarasu Kay just saw. Kay spotted the Yatagarasu heading to the third floor during the second fire. However, the photo in question was taken just after the first fire. Oh, I forgot when that was taken. Oopie! Me when I forget things.
Way to go! That's twice you bit him in the butt now.
We're not done yet. We still have to explain what that shadow is. Shadow mentioned Shadow the Hedgehog? How the Yatagarasu escaped. I don't suppose you can answer both, can you? Regarding the photo, I admit we don't understand what it means quite yet. Ha! As I thought. However, the Yatagarasu's escape route, now that I can answer. Mothman! Mothman mentioned! Me, Mothman. You can? Well then, Mr. Prosecutor, go on. Enlighten me. Man, I don't know, did Atlas ever restock the Mothman plushies? Because I would love to get one.
Hold it!
Even if I explain it, you'll try to find some flaw with what I have to say. You're busy heading up the Words. Shin Miles Edgeworth Tensei. Very true. In that case, I doubt you'd have much knowledge about the Babalese side of the case. So wouldn't it be best if the lead on that side, Agent Sheena, explained in my stead? Why are you sweating? Sheena's my subordinate. If I don't stick up for her, how can I look her in the eyes and call myself her boss? Lang, it's alright. I can take care of him. Sheena, you showed me a lot as my boss. But it's time for me to prove my worth. Alright, if you're okay with it, then you have my support. This smile is kind of freaky since you can't see her eyebrows. Finally, it's down to just Agent Sheena and myself. This is where the battle really begins. Now then, what is it you'd like to ask? Let's see. Why don't we start with your movements inside the Babalese embassy? During the first... Oh wait, no, I'm voice. During the first Babalese fire, I assisted in putting out the fire. During the second fire, I was searching for the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babel. While I was searching, I heard a scream coming from the next room over. Although I was in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Yatagarasu. To be honest, I'm actually very skeptical that the girl's Yatagarasu even exists. And that is all I have to say.
But I'm not lying when I say I saw the suspicious person run into Mr. Kojin's office. Like I said earlier, I have no intention of retracting my testimony.
Good. Just to confirm, did you have a partner when you were on your investigation? No, I moved alone. In that case, you have no one to corroborate your alibi. Is that correct? Buddy, are you calling her suspicious because she was in a room by herself? How pathetic. And it wasn't when Agent Sheena tried to arrest Kay under the same rationale?
That was truly
good night.
cringeworthy.
Good night, Reaper. Remember that it is always cringeworthy.
And how about when you accused Larry because he was the weapon's owner? You are doing a lot of conclusion jumping, buddy. Not that it's unexpected for that useless lump to get into such a situation. Although I suppose it's never a good idea to let mistakes go uncorrected. I'll make no excuse for what I did in that situation. Then you should apologize right now for making Kay out to be the killer, Belle. I'm sorry. Sheena, apologize. I'm sorry. New sprite? Okay, I don't like that. I don't like when they do like new sprites in like moments like this.
It's really okay. I mean, I'm not under suspicion anymore. Right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Well, I never doubted you. Not for 1 second. And the same goes for me. I believe in Sheena. Then let's put that to the test and see if she really is worthy of your trust. This promises to be interesting. Alright.
Hold it!
So you helped with the fire extinguishing off effort? Oh my god, my voice. I was in charge of the police on the Babalese side, so I helped them with their work. Police doing the job of firemen. You really know how to work people. Sure does. That's because she's one awesome woman who knows how to manage.
I guess so. She's always bringing you a business card on or a scroll at just the right time.
To prepare everything before I'm ordered to. That is the definition of a secretary. Why is a secretary investigating? What is that like, huh? She kinda seems more capable than Agent Lang, doesn't she? At the very least, she's certainly more capable than you, Detective. Hey! Oh! I kinda had a feeling you were gonna say that. Sheena's more than just a capable secretary, you know? Sheena, tell him what other things you're good at. Alright.
Hold it!
By the second fire, you mean the one that had consumed the 3rd floor of Babel, correct? Yes. That was when the suspicious person was spotted in Babel.
Then you were after the same person in the long coat that I was after.
There is no proof the suspicious person was really the Yatagarasu, because no one was able to get a good look at the person's face. By the way, how was your team's investigation? In order to extinguish the fire, water was pumped into the 3rd floor via the windows. So the majority of the investigators conducted their searches on other floors. Maybe they did, but there was one person who was wandering around lost on the 3rd floor. But that was good for us, right? When the fire was pretty much out, I moved to investigate the 3rd floor. And you did that alone? Yes.
Hold it!
So you were in the room next to Mr. Koshin's office. I already told you I was earlier. As I was examining the neighboring room, I heard that girl's shrill scream. Upon hearing her, I immediately ran towards Mr. Koshin's office. Wherein you proceeded to arrest her, as I recall. Yes, I did. But she was totally innocent, pal. I thought we had already cleared that up. Girl puts on her sunglasses just to take them off. And I thought I had already apologized for my behavior. Now if the tenacious detective would be so kind as to be quiet... Oh. I have to agree. Right now is not the time to take issue.
That I was an undesirable child.
Stop. Stop. Wow. Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth. What I do take issue with is the fact that you didn't see the Yatagarasu, Agent Sheena. The prosecutors of this country are all so strange.
Hold it!
You were unable to catch even a glimpse despite being in the next room. Is that true? I really hate to repeat myself. I'm sorry for inconveniencing you. However, I simply wish to make sure that you are not misremembering something. We wouldn't want you to be accused of lying later on, wouldn't we? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Are you calling Sheena's testimony a lie? Agent Lang, I'm talking with Agent Sheena right now. So I'd appreciate if you wouldn't interrupt us with superfluous comments. Oh, he's growling.
Aw, you know, I feel kind of bad for him.
I understand his pain at watching one of his subordinates being accused. However, I cannot turn my eyes from the truth. Lang, I'm alright. And as for you, I think you should be focusing your doubts on that girl rather than me. Girl, you literally just apologized for arresting her. What the hell? And why is that?
Hold it!
Are you throwing Kay's words into doubt again? Well, she does claim to be the Yatagarasu, right? And she did try to chase down the Yatagarasu despite being just an average citizen. Actually, she came here with the goal of capturing the fake Yatagarasu.
That's right, which is why I would never lie about anything related to the Yatagarasu.
And I suppose you have proof of that somewhere.
Not quite, but even without any, I have people who believe in me, and that's enough.
I see. Kay's testimony is without flaw, but as for yours, well, let's just say I find your testimony to be a bit suspicious. There seems to be a very large flaw in her testimony.
Oh, then why don't you show her what you found out with the little thief?
Yeah. Is Sheena in the smuggling ring? In the next room. Well, the escape room leads to that room, girly pop.
Objection!
Being in the room next to Mr. Cochin's office is the problem with your testimony.
Not so fast!
Mr. Prosecutor, I don't see what problem you're talking about at all. Agent Lang, do you recall the secret we discovered about the Alabastian office fireplace? Oh, you mean how it connects with the office to the room next door? What about it? Well, Alabast isn't the only country with secret connecting fireplaces. Beats! The fireplace in Mr. Cochin's office holds the exact same secret. What? The Yatagarasu didn't escape through the door to the room or the window. The escape route was through the revolving fireplace wall and into the next room over. Uh-oh. Now do you see? If the Yatagarasu had escaped into the next room, then the thief would have run straight into Agent Sheena. Meaning that it's impossible for her to have missed the Yatagarasu. What is the meaning of this, Miles? Well, would you care to explain, Agent Sheena, how you managed to completely miss the fleeing Yatagarasu, or shall I? Uh-oh, I don't like that. New sprite. Your claim that you were in the next room was a lie all along, wasn't it? The truth is, you were the one Kay saw in the coat. Pretending to be the Yatagarasu, and you were the one she chased after. As you tried to lose her, you ran into Mr. Cochin's office and headed for the fireplace. Then you shed your coat in the next room, leaving it there to emerge as Agent Sheena, so she knew about the revolving fireplace ahead of time, somehow. After that, you came back around to place Kay under arrest. Does that sound about right? If not, then speak now or forever hold your peace. How dare you make Kay look like the bad guy when you're the suspicious one, Belle? Uh-oh, uh-oh. She's snapping! Lang is on my side now. Ooh. Sheena?
He, hoo.
Is she going gnome mode?
He, hoo.
Yeah, there's no fucking shot. See? Yep, anime proportions, they don't have to look identical. They don't have to look identical. The eye color doesn't matter. Oh, good lordy. That laugh. I remember this irritating laugh. We stare in color contacts, real. I'm getting chills down my spine.
It can't be, but it has to be.
Sheena, what's wrong with you? I'm sorry. It was so funny that I couldn't help but laugh. Funny, you say? Yes, thought you would accuse me of being the Yatagarasu. The prosecutors of this country really are so very strange. Do you think you can get away with this by simply laughing it off? You think I'm taking things too lightly? I think not. It's that prosecutor who is. Look, everything you said earlier is nothing more than mere speculation. The Yatagarasu fled through the fireplace. Do you have any proof to back up your claim? If you don't, then you haven't proven a thing regarding the Yatagarasu's escape route. The tone of voice you're taking with me now has certainly changed. That's because it's been a while since I've had this much fun. I think I'll let loose and then we can have a real battle of wits. For an agent of Interpol to show me the true power of her mind, it is a great honor. Don't underestimate me. I'm not some foolish broad, you know. I know, and that is why I won't hold anything back either as I answer your question. My question? I mean, there were signs it was used. I guess I'll go with his testimony. Yeah. I'm sorry, but is this really your honest answer to my question? Yes. According to Ambassador Paleno's testimony, he said that he was burning some documents in the fireplace with Mr. Cochin. Oh. The ashes of what they burned were left in the fireplace, so they should have been there. However, when we went to investigate the room, the ashes weren't there. Why is that a problem? Maybe someone cleaned them up? The guy who does that was dead. Unfortunately for you, Ambassador Paleno said that he forgot. And so the question remains, why were the ashes missing? The answer is simple. When the Yatagarasu went through the fireplace wall, the ashes were pushed into the next room by the wall as well. The movement of the ashes that were in Mr. Cochin's office is my proof. And just what is so funny? Ash is proof. Are you even allowed to submit such flaky evidence in court? I mean, yeah. You still wish to fight us? Of course, why wouldn't I? In that case, let's hear your counter-argument. My counter-argument, huh? This really is just like being in court. That to me was simply continuing from where we left off all those years ago. I have no idea what you're talking about. It doesn't matter if we're at a crime scene or in court. Let's finish this here and now. I suppose. I've had a lot of fun today, but I grow weary of this game of cat and mouse. Let's make this the last testimony and wrap up this absurd case once and for all. We're not done. We're in the middle section. Why are we playing this music? This is the final music. We're still in the middle! Girl! In my eyes, all you've proved is that the rotating fireplace wall was used. But you can't really call that proof. That proof the Yatagarasu used the fireplace now, can you? So then, who was it that used the rotating wall? Show me your answer with real evidence. Remember, we've already finished our very thorough investigation. And we found not a single suspicious thing in Mr. Cochin's office. Okay, that last one is pure bullshit. Unless you're talking about after the fire, in which case the money would be gone, but still. And there you have it, my counter-argument. That's very impressive. She's seen through to the fact that I've yet to gather that one piece of evidence. What is it, Gay? I haven't heard a peep out of you in quite a while now. If you don't think you can handle it, feel free to leave it to the rest of us. But Okay, pull yourself together. You are the true heir to the Yatagarasu name, are you not? You got this, girly pop. If you want to steal the truth, then you must never take your eyes off it. This chase you're running to catch the truth, you must see it through to the very end.
Mr. Edgeworth? You're right. I will see this through to the end. So? You go get her for me, Mr. Edgeworth.
With pleasure, making me do all the work. Looks like a lack of evidence has left you wide open, doesn't it? Sheena, please, show me you're someone I can trust. Don't worry, this will be the deciding match. You'll see. I'm truly sorry, Agent Lang, but I simply can't allow her to escape me again. Very well then, Agent Sheena. Shall we begin? I'm ready whenever you are. Alright.
Hold it!
It sounds to me like you're saying my explanation is not good enough. But I was about to go through the revolving door myself. So that should be proof enough, even for you, pal. It looks like you don't quite understand. But by your looks, I can guess that you're not all that learned. Learned? Yeah, talk about rude. You should watch what you say, pal. Sadly, I can't say I disagree with her on that one. But you know what I mean, right? You may have proven the fireplace was used.
Hold it!
So you want proof that Yatagarasu was the one who used the fireplace? That's right. Well, do you have any?
Can you prove that it wasn't the Yatagarasu who used the fireplace?
I don't need to prove anything to you. Girl!
Objection!
Hold it!
Girl. Okay, if you could please not steal my line. My god!
Sorry, but I just couldn't hold it in anymore.
Oh, don't fret and leave her to me. All you have to do is sit back and watch. You may seem to have some wiggle room, but without any evidence, it's meaningless.
Hold it!
It's possible that the Yatagarasu left fingerprints inside the fireplace. You're wearing gloves. Sorry, but I had the forensics team check that already. So you consider the possibility that the fireplace could have been the escape route, huh? All they found were prints belonging to Ambassador Polano and Mr. Cochin. Curses! Should have known better than to think the Yatagarasu would have been so careless. But there must be some sort of evidence we still have yet to find. I take it you have no further objections.
Hold it!
So Interpol has finished examining the entire Babalese embassy? Yes. The investigators who weren't allowed into Alabast were incredibly helpful. They all put in great efforts to search for any sign of the Yatagarasu. And yet, despite all that effort, it appears they failed to notice the lack of ash in the office fireplace. Furthermore, you were the one who inspected the room next to Mr. Cochin's, correct? I didn't notice the ash there in the fireplace, that room, and for that I am sorry. You don't need to apologize, Sheena. As your boss, your mistakes are my mistakes. So allow me to apologize for you. I'm sorry.
You know, maybe this guy's not such a bad guy after all.
He apologizes for his subordinate and everything. What a great boss. But are you saying that I don't do anything for my own subordinates? I mean, you keep docking their pay. No, nothing of the sort, sir. You're someone I really respect, sir. Even if you're a bit too strict sometimes. That is only a problem on your end.
Wow, way to be super hard on him in response.
Am I really too strict? Yes, self-reflection. Anyway, Sheena, you didn't find anything in Mr. Cochin's office, right? That's right. We finished our investigation.
Hold it!
So you really didn't find anything? Yes, as I said, not one suspicious thing. That's bullshit. Although, as you already know, we did find the Yatagarasu's key and the document detailing the smuggling operation. Operation? What? Oh, I still haven't found the blade that belongs to the Babalese knife handle yet. Duh. You see? My subordinates worked hard to investigate everything. So there was nothing else to find, alright? Oh my god, sorry, I don't know why sometimes when I speak on stream, my nose itches. I don't know why. Agent Lang really sticks up for his people. He's in denial. Lang Z says, all men are brothers, and friends become family. So you see, my people are my family, and their families are my family too? That's a rather large family you have there. Yes, but as we know, there is always one black sheep in any family. Aww. Is that you, Miles? No, it pains me. Agent Lang, you will know the black sheep in your family.
So, do you actually have any proof the Yatagarasu used the fireplace passageway?
No, I haven't found any yet.
Then what are we going to do?
There's no need to worry, because there is a loophole in Miss Interpol agent's argument that we can exploit first. The one in charge of the Baberlese investigation was not Agent Lang, which means that with Agent Sheena in charge, it's possible she may have tampered with the evidence. And that piece of evidence that we found, if there's one thing I do know, it is that someone tried to hide it from us. Alright. Alright. Alright,
Objection!
Girl, how did you miss something this big unless you were concealing it? You didn't find anything suspicious at all? I highly doubt that. But I didn't. You can even ask the other men. I don't need to, for I found what you should have, but you should have a while ago. Excuse me? In Mr. Koshin's office, there were signs that someone had burned counterfeit bills there. What in the... Ah! What does this sound like? I need to hear him scream. That evidence was something you found out through that girl's machine, right?
So what if it was?
That's what I thought. But unfortunately for you, a recreation made by a machine is hardly concrete proof. Among the ashes you found in the room, did you happen to find any counterfeit bills? I mean, they're ash! How can we tell? Girl! You see? So there was nothing in that office. Nothing you can call evidence, anyway.
Objection!
Speaking of things that you Interpol agents have missed, I did find one more. Your pompous attitude is unnecessary. All I require is the evidence.
Very well.
Alright. What other thing was there? Oh, this. Wait. No, this was, no, it was in the other side of the room. This.
Take that!
I'd like for you to take a look at this length of wire. And what exactly is this supposed to mean? Length of wire? So what about it? I'll tell you what. We found this in the Baberlese embassy not long ago. What? And we found it wound up inside the grandfather clock in Mr. Kochin's office. You found that at the scene of Mr. Kochin's murder? So I think you'll agree now that I cannot trust you when you say that Interpol has thoroughly checked every room. And that this throws doubt on the purity of your investigation into the Yatagarasu. You still suspect me, I see. Alright then. I ask that you point out what part of my investigation is incomplete. The other Interpol agents worked under the command of Agent Sheena. And is it not possible the reason the person K was chasing chose the third floor was because that person knew there would be no other agents on that floor? Furthermore, we've come to see that Agent Sheena was only pretending to be investigating the Yatagarasu to the point of arresting K. In that case, there is one location that no one has yet to inspect. I mean... elevator. I can't, hold on. I mean, they didn't inspect the safe. But the safe isn't on there. They knew there would be no other agents on that floor because there was a fire. they never actually inspected the office. Is that what they're getting at?
Take that!
Okay, never mind. Listen, I was just being silly. Would it just be this office then that she was in?
Take that!
Yeah. The location, Agent Sheena, is of course the room you claim to have examined. I believe the room next to Mr. Cochin's office warrants a thorough inspection. Even if you do that, I doubt you'll find anything of use to you there. I will be the one to decide that. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. I'm on it. I'll be right back after I check out the room next to the office. She has puffies on her shoes, I just noticed.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. Do you really think that Miss Sheena's the Yatagarasu?
Yes, if my logic is sound, I believe she is.
And I'm not gonna let her get away with ruining the name of the Yatagarasu.
But how can you prove she's the Yatagarasu is the question. What is my intonation there? If Detective Gumshoe can find what I'm hoping he will find, then I should be able to. And just what are you hoping he'll find? Let's just say this. I had Detective Gumshoe do a little experiment for me earlier. An experiment? As if that detective has the brains for high science. It wasn't that mentally taxing. I had him use the same escape route as the Yatagarasu. And what did you find out by doing that? Is the Ashi code in there? It's not gonna be in there because it's in this photo. Wait, no. This was taken out. Never mind. It's not that because it was taken after the first fire. Okay. Second, that by going through there, his coat was covered in ash and Babalese ink. Who cares what his coat was covered in? It's not worth that much anyway. Ah, but is it really worth so little? I believe that it's actually quite a meaningful result, the value of which I'm about to prove. Mr. Edgeworth, I found some things you really need to see, sir. Oh? So what are these things you found? Some makeup, a coat, and a pair of shoes. Makeup to cover her freckles.
You found a coat? You hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? Maybe it's the one the person I was chasing was wearing.
Yes, the possibility does exist. Agent Sheena, were these pieces of evidence not in the room when you examined it? Unfortunately for you, those aren't suspicious items of any sort. They all belong to me. They were getting in the way, so I stored them in that room. Oh. Thank you for bringing them to me. It saved me a trip. May I have them back now? What if the makeup is the same brand as this?
Hold it!
These items the detective brought back are incredibly significant. I request that we be allowed to examine them. They're my personal belongings, so you have no right to touch them without my permission.
Objection!
You're a suspect, girlie. I wish to examine them for the sake of the investigation. But if you wish to deny us access to them, Agent Lang, let's hear your opinion on this. I say, let them look at your stuff, Sheena. Lang! Sheena, let's put it all out in the open. If you're really innocent, then you have nothing to worry about, right? I guess so. Alright, go ahead and examine whatever you'd like. After all, I have nothing to hide. Good. Now let us begin. Alright. I wonder if the coat would have signs of, like, the ash, but I want to look at the makeup first. I believe I'll examine her makeup. What is this? It looks like a very thin paintbrush. To hide her freckles! It's a lip brush. It's for putting on my lipstick. Ah, I found something with a lot of weird powder inside, sir. That's just foundation powder in there. It's nothing to get worked up over. Wow, you two sure know a lot about makeup. Oh my god, Gumshoe knows makeup? Wait, that's actually really cute. I love that.
I think I need to confiscate them for a bit. Oh, I never knew makeup consisted of this stuff, too. I see. Ooh.
She seems to be completely absorbed in her study of cosmetics. I guess there really wasn't anything suspicious in Agent Sheena's makeup. I suppose not. Let us move on and examine something else. Let's do the coat next. Let's examine the coat. Yes, sir? I should have done the shoes. Okay. Because the coat is the important one. Yeah, I should have done the shoes. The Atagara said that Kay saw was wearing a coat. And I'm beginning to wonder if this stain wasn't created when you went through the fireplace. No, you have it wrong. That sub probably got on my coat when I was helping the police put out the fire. And what about the ink? What about this dark substance around the hem of your coat? Oh, I didn't realize the hem was that dirty. I'm sure it's just some water mixed with soot from when I was helping with the fire. Yeah, water turns soot blue. Everybody knows that.
I don't think so. I think you can get away with such a transparent lie.
Yeah, don't lie to us, Belle. This is the same pattern of dirt that got on my coat when I went through the fireplace. Your words ring hollow in the absence of evidence, you know. So unless you can prove that the dirt on my coat is from the fireplace, which I can. You did a great job, Detective Gumshoe. Give him a raise, give him a raise, give him a raise. What did I do? A great job, I just said. This coat. This is exactly the piece of evidence I was searching for. I had been hoping to find the coat that the person Kay saw was wearing. And thanks to you, we proved that going through the fireplace would sully your coat. I don't quite get what you're saying, but I'm happy for the praise, sir. All that remains is for us to show what the dark substance on the coat hem is. Oh, and you think you can do that? I love that in the ink, it's probably just like a coloration issue. It's like blue ink in here, or the bottle's blue. It's black in this picture here with the ink, but it's blue on the hem. This is the dark substance. We're gonna light her coat on fire, aren't we? Mr. Justice, you may burn the evidence.
Take that!
Babbly's ink? Yes, this is what will prove the coat went through the fireplace. According to the Ambassador Polino, he burned some files in the fireplace this morning. You told us about that already, so I don't really see the point in mentioning it again. My point is that he spilled some ink onto the back wall of the fireplace at the time. If the dark substance on this coat turns out to be Babbly's ink, it will prove that you and this coat went through the revolving fireplace wall. Sorry to have clipped one of your wings, Yatagarasu, but we're not finished yet. Oh my god, Edgeworth with the one-liners in his head. But you have no way of proving whether or not this is Babbly's ink on the coat. We're gonna burn your coat! I intend to show that it is ink in a few seconds. How? How, you ask? Well, since you don't seem to know, allow me to show you. Burn it! Okay. I kind of want to see what the dialogue is for the other options, actually. I just want to see what'll happen. I'm gonna touch it. By the texture, we should be able to tell what the substance is. Okay, I'll give it a feel, sir. Feels kind of rough. Thank you for that frivolous comment. Now, if you could feel the stain on the hem. Oh, my fingers got all dirty when I touched the dark spots. How long does it take this ink to dry? Because if the dude spilled the ink this morning, wouldn't it be dry by now? Good God. This is such slow-drying ink. That does not seem efficient. Alright, coffee gone. She can't refute? Yeah, burn it. I'm gonna wear it. Put it on, Edgeworth. We know if someone were to wear the coat. Detective Gumshoe, you put it on, Edgeworth. Come on. Wait, are you trying to ruin my coat? You don't honestly believe that's tough. Oh, girl! Franziska, can you please give it a try? There is absolutely no point to me wearing that gaudy coat.
Hey, you're not really that mad, are you, Miss Sheena?
Well, it's not my fault if she is. Because it's yours, Miles Edgeworth. You and your ridiculous suggestion. I wanted Miles to wear the coat. Alright. I wanted to see Miles in the coat. We're gonna burn your fucking coat, girl. We can find out whether that is Babbly's ink or not by lighting it on fire. That's how you're gonna prove that it's Babbly's ink? Yes. If you could please cut a section of the dark stained area for me, I'd appreciate it. Her coat's already ruined. But, Sheena, sorry to do this, but I'm gonna have to cut off a bit of your coat. Go ahead. I wasn't planning to wear it anymore anyway. Now then, if someone could loan me a lighter or something.
Oh, I've got some matches. I always carry them with me so I can light smoke bombs.
Good girl. Then if I could please have one, Kay, we can get this experiment done. You know Edgeworth is locked in when he's not even saying, that's a bad thing to do, Kay. Thank you, Kay. Ooh, magic. Half working. No worries, Baden. But welcome back. I hope you're doing well. Can I run an ad? Actually, let me see if I can run an ad because I kind of need to pee. I can. Okay. I will be right back. I'll run an ad, take a little break, and yeah, see you soon. Hello, I'm back. I'm so sorry. Dojima false. So false, bestie. Oh, I'm always browsing for more BTTV emotes just for shits and giggles. I found this one today. I was on the hunt for more like Sonic emotes and I found Eggman announcement. Yeah. And Sonic Gay. Yes. But yeah, that's perfect, because I think since I'm like in a Sonic mood, I was rewatching a bunch of the fan dubs the other day. And on New Year's Eve, I was watching the Sonic Adventure 2 Dark Story dub, and I timed it so that Eggman would piss on the moon right at midnight. And it worked. So that was the first thing I watched in the new year, Eggman pissing on the moon. Oh, you don't know about the Eggman pissing on the moon speech? It's probably the most, like, it's one of the most infamous, like, Sonic memes out there, I feel. It's from the Snapcube fan dub. There's a whole speech. You have no idea? Okay, just look up, like, Sonic fan dubs on YouTube. It's the Sonic Adventure 2 Dark Story one is where it comes from.
That flame!
It's the same color as the flames Wit Crystal Oil produces, which means Babyliss ink is a product of Wit Crystal Oil. And when lit, the ink produces a green flame. I believe the time has come to clip the Yatagarasu's other wing.
Miss Sheena, you're the fake Yatagarasu! The one who killed my father!
It's about time you came clean, Agent Sheena. Or should I say, Callisto you? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, you're not serious, are you? Do I look like the joking type to you? He does not. He's not the jonkler, unlike my buddy John Balatro there. Uh-huh. Callisto you? I've never heard that name before in my life. That manner of speaking, and that attitude, you haven't changed a bit in 7 years. You're the defense attorney that killed Mr. Faraday and then tried to frame me for it. Oh, really? And you have proof? You insist that I am this Callisto you woman, but you can't prove it. If you have no proof, then I'm afraid you won't be able to lay a finger on me. Can somebody, like, smell her and see if she's still wearing this?
Objection!
Would that be weird? The raven is a very unique bird, one that flies by in the darkness. Okay, random tangent from Edgeworth. Oh, the light of dawn has arrived, and it will reveal your true ugly form to the world. Oh my god, you are so poetic, Edgeworth. You think you're so cool. I'm talking about Sonic and doesn't anything and trying to remember the only Sonic game that I played from my childhood. It was a racing one. Ooh. I think there are a couple Sonic racing games. There's a new one coming out next year, or like, they teased it at the Game Awards that I'm excited for. I think the only other Sonic racing game I played is Sonic R, which sucks ass. It's so hard to control, but it has absolute banger music. But yeah, there's gonna be a new Sonic racing game in the near future. Enough poetry. I want to see some evidence. Do you really have something that can prove she is Callisto you? I missed a teaser for another one. It was like a little like short shot. It wasn't like a full trailer. It was a tiny little teaser of like Shadow getting into a go-kart. I do. It's something the second Yatagarasu has preserved for us these last 7 years.
Do me the honor, Mr. Edgeworth.
I'm okay, but we have finally come to the end. I don't think we have. Would it just be the perfume?
Take that!
Okay. Oh, it is! This perfume. Do we really think she's wearing the exact same perfume 7 years later? Like, isn't she not gonna be... Wouldn't she be wearing, like, a more recently released one or something? It will. Kay has preserved it perfectly for us. Surely you remember this bottle? This belonged to Miss Yu just before she disappeared 7 years ago. Naturally. Or fingerprints. Oh yeah, we could fingerprint her. Yeah. We could do that instead of smelling her.
This is the bottom of perfume you spilled, which I have preserved ever since.
Fingerprints don't fade over time, do they? Like, this thing has been, like, preserved in, like, I don't know, has she just kept it, like, in a little box for, like, 7 years? Like, I guess if it doesn't, like, bump against things, it could, if it's not exposed to the elements, but do fingerprints last that long?
I heard from my father, Bern Faraday, that if stored under the right conditions, a finger could...
Okay, there we go. There we go. I'm ahead of the game once again.
Which means that your fingerprints are still on here. Every last one.
We can clear everything up if we were to compare the prints on this to your own. Now come, Agent Sheena. Will you submit yourself to a fingerprint test? She's gonna laugh. Hee hee hee. Ha 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 hee hee hee. Oh! Jesus Christ, girl! What the hell? When did you grow fangs? Did you grow fangs by being in Lang's group? Do all of his lackeys grow fangs like a wolf? It looks like you've seen right through me yet again. It was Sonic R! Nice! With like the actual beats, hold on. With Sonic R with the supersonic racing theme? Oh my god, ad, sorry. Ah my god, my throat. But Sonic R has good. The gameplay is straight ass, but the music goes hard as hell. Like the Livin' in the City music, this goes hard. Like, this song used to, like, play on loop in my head as a kid. See, even though the game is impossible to play, the music always goes hard. Yeah, this game is full of bangers. I did play it. We had this game called Sonic Gems Collection. It was like a collection of like a bunch of old Sonic games from like the 90s that you could just like play on the GameCube. It had like Sonic R, Sonic the Fighters, Sonic CD. That was actually my first exposure to Sonic CD, although it had the American soundtrack. And then I know the one that I played last week was in the Origins collection, which has the JP and EU soundtrack. But yeah, that was Sonic CD was on there, and there were other things on there. I forget what else. But yeah. Anyways. You're sending the biggest chill down my spine, Edgeworth. Jazzy. Callisto U. So you've shown your true face at last. And this feeling of thrill, it's even greater than that time 7 years ago. Sheena, you're... Lang, I really enjoyed our days together. You're an insanely strong, nice, kind-hearted idiot of a man. So you were spy all along? A mole sent by the smuggling ring I've been chasing after? Someone who's been feeding them intel on Interpol all this time? Very good. Maybe you're not as big of an idiot as I thought. Callisto U, the woman who killed my father 7 years ago. You're her, aren't you? The fake Yatagarasu. That's right. Callisto U. That's just one of my many names. But even that is just a facade. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. It is at the Pharaoh's. Hi. Good evening. I am the great thief Yatagarasu. Callisto, this time you won't escape, for this is the end of the road for you. Now come along quickly. You know, you're the one who left the strongest impression on me, Kay Faraday. And had you not used the Yatagarasu's gadgets, I might have never known who you were. But here you are, being a thorn in my side, just like your father always was. Oh my god, I feel like the music stopped at the exact right part. Kay, don't! You? I'll never forgive you for what you did to my father! You really are just like him. Mr. Faraday, too, possessed such laughable honesty. Oh! Jesus! Good God! You let Kay go right now, pal. You despicable.
Let go of me, you filthy...
You think I'm a fake, don't you? Well, unfortunately for you, I'm the real Yatagarasu.
But that's impossible. My father was the one who created Little Thief.
Hey, Edgeworth. The Yatagarasu has 3 legs. Do you know why that is? Why it has 3 legs? Yeah, I kind of remember this. Always knows the exact location of the target object. Always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. Did you finally figure it out? Do you finally know the real identity of the Yatagarasu? Is it actually? Is it actually? Is it? Are both of my bullshit theories true? The Yatagarasu is a 3-person ring. Burn, Callisto, and Bad, right? How very perceptive of you.
No way!
The single person known as the Great Thief Yatagarasu never existed.
Mr. Edgeworth! No, I refuse to believe this!
I feel like every bullshit theory I came up with might be true. The Yatagarasu is known to have 3 special skills. Skill number 1. The Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. And a lawyer would have the opportunity to learn the layout of client corporations. Skill number 2. The Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. And a good prosecutor will be well versed in the way of a criminal. And skill number 3. Doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind. I can't believe every bullshit theory was right. Both this is Callisto and oh my god. Did I say, like, bring up the possibility of there being multiple Yatagarasus at some point earlier in the stream? I think I did, with them being Lang and Sheena. Or, like, I don't know. It was only natural for the Yatagarasu to never leave evidence behind. Because the lead detective on the case hid it all away, yup. You're the 3rd member of the Yatagarasu! Oh my god, Edgeworth's face is so goofy here. I need a screenshot just for that. You. I've been looking for you for a long time. 7 long years, but I finally got you. Oh, hi, Mr. Bad. Long time no see. Oh my god, long time no see. Sonic reference. What happened to us? We used to be such a great team.
If you're such a great team, then why did you kill my father 7 years ago?
Why, indeed. It was nothing personal, really. It was just another person I had to kill.
How can you say that?
I grow weary of this, and it's about time for everything to come to an end. And this time, I won't miss. Stop. You! Boo, doo. Crank that! It's over, Sheena. Leg! Oh my god!
Your leg!
Agent Lang! Idiot. What were you thinking, jumping in front of my gun like that? What are you risking your life for? I'm sorry, Detective Bad, but no matter what sort of past she may have had, or even if she is a spy, it doesn't change the fact that she is my subordinate. And as long as she is, I can't allow any harm to come to her, not even from you. That bullet went clean through his leg, holy moly. You really are an idiot, you know that? That's fine with me. You should know by now that this is just how I am. Hey, sis.
Yes?
I want you to conduct a full-body search. Sheena might have another weapon on her.
All right. Detective Gumshoe, your assistance, please.
Sir? Hey, I found something. The butterfly knife. What is this, sir? Looks like the blade of a knife, but it doesn't have a handle. This is a great find, detective. I mean, the blood is on this one. If we do a luminol test, will we find blood on this?
Take that!
I believe this blade actually belongs with the handle that was on the murder weapon. Hey, they fit together perfectly. This blade must have been taken from the crime scene when the knife handles were switched. I'm gonna return this Babylese knife now. All right. Yowza! Hiya, Echo. I trust he'll make sure to return to Ambassador Paleno. I believe this makes it perfectly clear who did it. Callisto, you. Well, the only time the handles could have been switched is just after Mr. Cochin's murder. Which means that you must be Mr. Cochin's killer. You killed Mr. Cochin with the Alabastian knife, switched the handles, and then took the original blade of the Babalese knife with you. Later, you allowed yourself to be spotted by Kay near the open-air stage. You used the fireplace to lose her, and then you went back to accuse her of the murder. Does that about sum it up? You craft an engaging tale, Edgeworth, but there are two problems with it. Problems? In what respect? What do you think my real reason was in allowing her to chase after me? Did she want to get caught? Or was she supposed to get caught? It was also I could capture Kay Faraday. You've discovered something awesome. Ooh, what is it? What? When I saw you using that device at Gatewater Land, I knew right away that you were Byrne Faraday's daughter. I became curious, so I researched a little into your background. That's how I found out that you were on the trail of the Yatagarasu. So that's why you tried to pin Mr. Cochin's murder on me? Yes, I knew you would show up at this embassy tonight. So I thought to use you. But pinning the murder on you wasn't my only goal. Girl, you're beefing with a child.
You had another?
Yes. Once I had you under arrest, I had planned to search you and take back the device that rightfully belongs to me, the true Yatagarasu.
You were going to take Little Thief away from me?
No! 7 years ago, it was thanks to that device that Faraday was able to infiltrate this place. But he's still more than he should have. I had a tough time recovering that precious key. I used one of my friend's Robins, and she might be the best pal. No, please yap about Honkai Star Rail all you want. Robin is so good, and she's just so sweet too. Are you getting the Nendoroid of her? Because I think they just revealed the Nendoroids of her and Sunday. I should not get them, but I'm tempted. Too much money. Yeah, same. But they are very cute. And the person who stole the Yatagarasu's key was Mr. Faraday. You. That incident 7 years ago. What was the catalyst behind it? In the eyes of the smuggling ring, the Yatagarasu is becoming a bit of a problem. Like Sunday and Robin buffing Donhong IL, they are so powerful together. It wasn't an especially pleasant assignment. 90 crit rate, 300 crit damage. Holy moly! Then why? Why did you become a member of the Yatagarasu? Why? There is no why. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning. From the beginning? What is that supposed to mean? The person I take orders from hasn't changed, even now to this day. So, oh my god. So you, oh god, sorry. The person I take orders from hasn't changed even now to this day. Is Lang... The person she's been taking orders from hasn't changed. Does she mean Lang? Are you done asking what you need to know? Because if so, we should probably get going. And you're gonna tell me everything you did tonight. Do you understand, Sheena? I guess I should tell you then that I was the one who set the Babalese embassy on fire. Because Byrne wasn't here. Hello, Halsai! Hello, how are you doing? This is Ace Attorney Investigations 1. We are close to the end. I don't think we're gonna finish it tonight, but we're close to the end. This is a game, yes. We're still in the middle section. We're good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm doing pretty well. That wasn't my Robin, so the stats will be a bit different. Yeah. I need to fix up my Robin. I mean, my relics, my planar ornaments, they're suboptimal, but we do what we can. And why did you do that? I suppose it was to destroy all evidence of the counterfeit bills. That was what the smuggling ring was trying to do? And then why start two fires? Did I pull for anyone? Yeah, this patch I got Sunday and Fugue. I got Sunday, Fugue, E1 Firefly, and an S2 Bronya Light Cone. It is a game with story and character. So true. Sorry, but I can't tell you anything about the ring. Well, I am free to play. I have not spent any money on Honkai Star Rail, and I probably never will. I got lucky getting Fugue early, and then I wanted to go for Gallagher Eidolon, so I did like 2 10 pulls on the Firefly banner and got her E1. And then I decided, you know what, I'll use the rest of my pulls to try to get Firefly's Light Cone. And then I got Bronya's Light Cone. I forgot Sunday was this patch. I know, it does feel like Sunday was so long ago. It was what, because that was the first time I ever pulled on the Light Cone banner. And now I'm broke, yay. It's your job to complete your investigation after all. I've had my fun. Now it's hiccup. Now it's your turn to enjoy the ride. I just need to save up for a guaranteed Light Cone. Waiting for Aglia, nice. I am gonna be so broke going into 3.0, so like, I'm kind of screwed, I guess. So, but I'll manage. Wait, yeah, I mean, Miss Sheena. I've occasionally spent money on FGO, but it's a rare occasion. That's fair. Yes. When I fell to the floor earlier, these fell at my feet. These. They look like these. Passion flowers. What about them? They're such pretty hair sticks that I thought, well, that I should return them to you. You can have them. They're of no use to me anymore. You have Robin brain rot? Valid. If you don't want them, you can always just throw them away. No, I want to keep them. Suit yourself. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot. Edgeworth. About the second problem I had with your story. I didn't kill anyone tonight. What? I'm not saying that as a sore loser. Think of it as a hint, if you will. Mr. Prosecutor! Yes, Agent Lang? Mark my words, I'm not done here, and I'll be back. And it's got nothing to do with duty or anything, because this has become my personal case. I may have been shot. I'll show you just how dangerous a wounded wolf can be. Ow! Yeah, this man was just shot, and he does not seem to be in any pain. Like, is anybody treating him? Do people just get shot in this game and come to work the same day? Like, it happened with Franziska. She got shot, and then, like, 2 days later, she showed up in the courtroom with, like, none the worse for wear, no visible wound or, like, bandaging on her shoulder. I love this game. FGO has the most absolute BS bosses I've fought in any game. Oh, no. Ratio hasn't had a single rerun? Oh yeah, I'm wondering if they haven't thought to do that because he was given away for free, but if people like weren't playing at that time, they don't have Ratio. So yeah. I'm glad I got Silver. Silver's finally rerunning. Unfortunately, she's kind of very few uses now. Yeah, a lot of units kind of like took over her niche and like do it better, which sad. His anger appears to have negated the sensation of pain in his injured leg. Okay. Yeah, where's the blood? How is he walking? Oh, is that meant to be limping? Okay. It's finally over, Kate. Sela next. Good luck. I feel like I peered into her heart a little, you know? And it's so cold and dark and incredibly lonely. The person who was giving her all these commands, the one who thought my father was a problem to be removed, that person is the real ringleader behind the smuggling ring. Mr. Edgeworth, I have a favor to ask. Can you hold on to these hair sticks for me? They're really pretty, just like the ones that we're selling for the Gym and Ninja show. But until this case is over, I don't think I can look at them without being overcome. I understand. I'll take good care of them for you. There's a bit of soil stuck on the ends of these sticks. Gee, I wonder where that came from. It's basically been a full year, yeah. Oh, I guess it's that time already, huh? So it's midnight. Oh my god, it's the dark hour. The dawn of another day. Hey, Bops, thanks a bunch. You really done a lot for everyone all these years. God, my nose is itchy. When a boss rotates through heal 50k health, block the first 10k and boost defense. Oh. Oh, that sounds wonderful. That sounds like a lot of fun. That sounds like MOC 12, yeah. Detective Bad, don't tell me to— it's the— someone's gonna get stabbed. Oh my god. Somebody is gonna get stabbed. Yeah, it is. With this, I can retire in peace. What do you mean? It was down to the wire and we almost didn't make it. Oh, was this a statute of limitations wearing off today? We solved everything. No, we didn't! I still have unused evidence! We haven't! The ringleader of the smuggling ring, you, the Yatagarasu, were chasing after. The legend of that Yatagarasu is now over. Mr. Edgeworth. That bit of logic earlier. It was brilliant. I feel like I can leave it all in your hands. I'm counting on— why do you sound like you're gonna die? Is he gonna get stabbed like 57 times, or however many times Caesar was stabbed?
Is it really true, Uncle Bad? Were you also a part of the Yatagarasu?
As I said to you earlier, hey, I'm truly sorry. I wanted nothing but a peaceful life for you.
Uncle Bad?
Hey, don't take it so seriously. That's all just one big joke, right? Unfortunately, it isn't. Oh, come on, sir. She's just yanking on my chain, isn't she, Mr. Edgeworth? Detective Bad— wait, no. You are no longer a detective. Mr. Bad, I'd like to ask you about the Yatagarasu. What you do, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, was he retiring today? Does it say former detective? Okay, is he retiring today? Three separate health bars and revise with 150k. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, sounds like a troll boss you weren't supposed to beat. KG8 incident. Mr. Edgeworth. Here, I said I should give these back to you. My god, low quality Manny Kochin. Pages from my KG8 files that the Yatagarasu stole from my office. That was bad? That will help me at gunpoint? What? Mr. Edgeworth, I must apologize for last— oh my god, that was literally last night. Oh my god, this has been the longest week of Edgeworth's life. So the Yatagarasu who stole into my room was you, was it? That means— what? Tell me it's not true. That's too insane for me to believe, sir. It's true, even if it's not something you want to hear. The KG8 incident— it was a very emotionally trying case. We stood in that courtroom. Faraday is the prosecutor, and I is the lead detective. Faraday had evidence in his possession that would prove the defendant guilty. However, because it was stolen, the defendant was found innocent. You was the elder sister of the victim of the case. When the defendant was pronounced not guilty, she let out a great wail. Who stole the evidence then? Because if the Yatagarasu were like working on this case, prosecuting and everything, who stole the evidence? There was a limit to what the law could do. The only way to bring someone like that to justice was to do so outside of the courts. Oh, is that when they founded the Yatagarasu? That's how we formed the Yatagarasu. I vowed to bring to the light any dirty dealings companies had with the ring, including companies that dealt with the Amano group. Mr. Amano's conglomerate. We called ourselves the Yatagarasu and flexed our collective muscle, and exposed all sorts of shady dealings as a warning to the business world as a whole. By doing that, we were able to stop the higher-ups from covering things up, and then it was finally time. We have finally arrived at the moment when we find out the ringleader's true identity. It was then that you literally stabbed us in the heart, and Faraday, he died for it. So, okay, a mole planted by the ring. If it is Lang that's running the ring, I don't know. He seemed very— I don't know. He may just be acting there. I don't know. If she's, she's been taking orders from the same person the whole time. that's Lang, right? I decided to enter casual mode on HSR. Honestly, I feel that. I think that's kind of what I am in Honkai Star Rail right now. Like, obviously I want to try to clear content and everything, but like, I'm not like hardcore grinding that game. 5 billion HP, yeah, on one specific unit, yeah. Like, it's... Being able to do that kind of stuff is like very pay to win, and like, I just want to enjoy my time there.
But why? Wasn't she the sister of the victim in the KG-8 incident?
After Faraday's death, I looked into her past. And that's when I found out that she was a phony. The victim of the KGA incident, CCU. She's not dead. She never had a sister! Ooh! What the fuck? Oh my god, Callisto is... holy shit! That case, there never was a murder. Oh my god, that's so fucked. So it probably was Callisto that stole the evidence then. Good god. Sheena wasn't the only fake name she used. Callisto U was also another pseudonym. From the very beginning. Okay, that one was a spy sent from the smuggling ring. Oh, maybe CCU was a real person, but Callisto is a fake sister. I see. Yeah. CC was a real person, but Callisto is, yeah.
She said it herself. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning.
Anyway, let's return to the real topic at hand. Oh my god, my nose! This trump card that we stuck onto the page of the case file. Please use it wisely. Trump card? That photo that we stuck on there. Try peeling it off. Behind it slumbers a piece of evidence that Faraday hid away all those years ago. I mean, this guy kind of looks like Manny. I don't know. The way he's always like wringing his hands, I don't know. Or is it Lang? It's the mark of the Atagarasu, but why? This is a directives card from the big boss. Take a look at the back. This was something Koshin had on him at the time of the KG-8 incident. 10 years ago! Is this a new planet? Yeah, more chests, more jades, more Robin money. Real? I derived my team at least 5 to 6 times. Oh my god, that's awful. Good god. That blood is from the victim of the incident, Miss CCU. Why is the card adorned with the mark of the Atagarasu? The reason why we called ourselves the Atagarasu was because of the 3-legged raven mark the smuggling ring's boss used. Apparently, orders from the boss would come on these cards without fail. The person who received the order is supposed to burn it immediately after reading it. And apparently, it burns a bright green flame when set ablaze. Aha! Okay. So you mean the cards were written in Babyliss ink? The fact that the card that Koshin was sent made it into Faraday's hand at all is nothing short of a miracle. Green fire, that does sound very cool. We decided that whenever we stole anything, we would send a card along with it to the police. So that's what those white cards are. The great thief used the mark that only those within the ring would know. It was our message to the ringleader that we were only a few steps behind. Alright. And one more thing. Detective Gumshoe. I'm entrusting this to you. Sorry, the way he took the lollipop out of his mouth, when he said that, it's like, I'm entrusting this to you. Take this lollipop that was just in my mouth. Take good care of it. What is this stuff? And this is what I was talking about earlier. During the KG-8 incident trial, Faraday had this in his possession. This important, definitive piece of evidence. But I thought it was stolen. How do you have it? The person who stole it from us 10 years ago was a man by the name of Ernest Amano. Ernest Amano was not quite an earnest man, huh? And he had it locked and hidden away for all this time. Oh, Thai rugged detective with a pink lollipop, yeah. Oh, the rugged detective. Welcome back, Bryce. How are you? Welcome back. We forced him to tell us where it was finally, after the other day's kidnapping case. How goes it? Several of my bullshit theories were right, which is par for the course for Ace Attorney. I'm always like, what's the most outlandish thing that I can think of? Okay, that's probably right. But I want to have some other theories prepared just in case. Turns out all of those theories were right. Or at least I was kind of on track with several. I was on several paths that led to the same destination. Yes, I got a lollipop. He give me a lollipop. Okay. Ernest Amano had it stolen. This video. That's the evidence. He was the tape and the necklace, right? This is the same video as the one Mr. Portsman was trying to conceal from me. Yeah, it would seem that even he was caught up in this ring's web. Amano was preparing to take on the boss someday, and the video was his insurance. That's where that prosecutor comes in. He was to retrieve the video. On top of that, he was apparently instructed to sneak into your office and steal the trump card. You saw it for yourself, right? The card that told him to preserve the evidence. And that card was not the calling card of the Yatagarasu, but rather a directives card from the ringleader to Mr. Portsman. The two pieces together make for a strong weapon for whoever holds them. The evidence Mr. Portsman thought to withhold from me, so he was involved in it too? And the one you stole from my office last night. Both pieces are illegal, and for me to use either one is... whether you use them or not is up to you. Come on, Edgeworth, you gotta do the right thing here! But they will be of help to you when you take on someone who is above the law. Is the boss one of those who cannot be brought to court that Mr. Faraday spoke of? Detective Bad. There is no limit to the law, for it is the people who determine the limits to them. You still insist that, even now, we really are something else. Only the rest in your hands. Now then, Detective Gumshoe, the handcuffs. It's time to lock up the last remaining member of the Yatagarasu. Is he turning himself in? Aw. Don't ever lose your detective spirit. No. Bobs, why is this happening? This isn't justice! Like I always told you, do not get emotionally involved. Now let's go. Yes, sir. Aww. Everybody's going to jail. Oh, my nose is itchy. Is this really the end of a legend? To be continued. Alright, let's keep going. Are we in ladder yet? Okay, the videotape's testimony. We're finally in ladder. Good God. Well, let's keep going. March 15th, 12:07 a.m. Go to jail. You go to jail. You go to jail. Everybody goes to jail. So now we know who the Yatagarasu really was. And yet there remains much to this case that needs to be resolved. Yes, that's all the crime. True. That's why it's itchy. So much crime up in there. Ugh. It's definitely a voice thing. I don't know, like, I guess when I try to do different voices, this happens sometimes when I stream. Where, like, I don't know if it's just the way I'm projecting or whatever, but, like, my nose gets itchy. I don't know why. Is it just the vibrations of, like, placing the sound in different locations? I don't know. Anatomy is weird. Like how the weapons crossed country lines, for example. The two countries have incredibly strict security systems and entry procedures. Alright. I guess my biggest suspect for the ringleader would be Lang. Unless it's somebody, I don't know. It's Larold Butox. Sadly, he is a friend from grade school. Wow. Short of a miracle, it's impossible for someone to have smuggled them in. Smuggling them in, huh? We will need to open a new line of investigation on just this aspect alone. But before we do, I would like to go through my evidence once more. Unnecessary evidence has been removed. Cool. What aren't we using anymore? Alright, the ink, the money. Oh no, the money's still there. Babbly's ink is gone, perfume is gone, wire is still there. And then this. I'll stand on once the rotoxalism. So true. Now I can see what's on that tape detective bag. I almost said defective bad. More like Tyrell bad, more like terrible, sad, ace defective. This piece of evidence in the KGA incident, hidden from sight for 10 long years. We'll have to turn off your beloved Steel Samurai in order to watch this. Yeah, something exorcism now. Real. I just know this is related to the current case somehow. Detective Gumshoe, if you could please play the tape for us. Sure thing, sir. Are we gonna watch like a snuff film or something? Oh my god, Manny, hi. Oh my god. This man is Manny Cochin.
And he is holding a knife in his hand. This looks like footage from a security camera at the entrance of an apartment building.
Yeah, just being caught on security camera with a knife in your hand. Totally normal.
An apartment building? How do you figure that? Unlike you, I actually read the summary file.
I love Franziska.
And the crime scene was the victim's own apartment.
So we're watching him go to kill Cece right here.
So this footage was shot at the entrance to the victim's own apartment building. At the trial, Mr. Faraday claimed that this piece of footage existed. However, no one could find it. Yes, somehow someone was able to steal it and hide it through a Mr. Ernest Tamano. I can see how this would have been a definitive piece, and why someone would want to hide it.
But it's a piece of evidence from a 10-year-old case. There's no way it's related to this case we're working on now, so, I mean...
Actually, I believe it has everything to do with the case we're working on now, because it's 10 years ago, and everything that happens 10 years ago is relevant today. The ringleader even went so far as to use Mr. Portsman to retrieve it, which means that in this video lies a very inconvenient bit of footage to the ringleader.
Where?
Wait, what was that?
What was that? Okay, James.
That bit you played just now.
Please show it to me again.
Show me to me, please. Show me to me, Gummy.
Okay, there's a flag. There's the Cadopian flag. Manny's in the back, so someone dropped him off here. Probably to do the deed. But we can't... There's somebody else in the back seat, it looks like. Why's that, sir? Okay. I'm gonna save. I will point out this. There was another person. Okay. Okay, it's probably the flag then. Somebody from the embassy dropped him off then. Alright. That thing! I can capture ghosts on film. Is that what it is, sir? That's quite... I mean, technically there is a ghost in this film because, like, Manny's dead. Alright, I guess that silhouette of another person is kind of hard to make out, so we'll go with the flag.
This is the national flag of the Principality of Codopia. And because it is a national flag on it, we know this to be an official government car. But the question we should be asking ourselves is, what was a government car doing there?
Ah, Miss Von Calmer and Mr. Edgeworth, so you were here all this time. Is everybody in on it? Oh my god, I don't even know anymore.
Ambassador Alba, thank you very much for continuing the investigation, even at this time of night.
If only I was even a tiny bit more careful.
This tragedy would never have happened. I am truly sorry.
This wasn't your fault, sir. This had nothing to... Hiccup. This had nothing to do with how careful you were.
You idiot, Gurkus. You couldn't chase after a simple thief. Now then, let's get down to the real reason why I came looking for the two of you. I would like you to put the investigation on hold for a while.
Why? Excuse me?
I heard you've apprehended the thief that turned this embassy upside down. And we are in the middle of an event celebrating our country's reconciliation.
Okay, that's kind of suspicious. I mean, we're not done investigating. Kind of suspicious. Why do you want to cut it off?
We can't exactly have the police and detectives walking around here.
Why do you want to cut us off right now?
Or scaring the visitors away. So I hope that you can understand how I feel.
But we must finish our investigation and resolve the remaining issues.
Why don't we leave the rest to the Alabastian and Babyliss police?
Ambassador, we are so close, just a little more and...
Miss Von Karma, I'm afraid I've made up my mind. And without my permission, you can't proceed with your investigation anyway, right?
That's true, however... We're uncovering secrets, yep. We gotta go, it's too bad, bye. As he said at the very beginning, this area can be considered to be Alabastian soil. In which case, we are nothing but foreigners in their land. Is this really where our investigation ends? No! Oh? Shifu, we found Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Shifu, this way! How's your leg? This man was shot less than an hour ago. Yo! He is walking perfectly fine now. What the hell? Does he have, like, super healing powers? Agent Lang, you're back on the scene rather quickly. If I laid back and took a break, I'd lose the scent of my prey, Mr. Prosecutor. Oh! Sorry. Agent Lang, why have you returned? Because I have to solve this case no matter what.
Well, I'm sorry to inform you. And don't take this the wrong way, I don't suspect you personally. However, a member of Interpol was just found to be a thief, and so... Under these circumstances, I wish to put your investigation on...
You know what would be so funny? A version of this emote with Lang's face on it. I don't know if there's like a good like picture of his face where he's like howling or like yelling. I don't know.
I believe our own police can handle things from here. They are quite capable.
At this rate, our investigation really will come to a close. Ha 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 ha! Ambassador Alba, I get it now, I really do.
Oh, I'm very glad you understand how I feel.
No, not that. What I was talking about is... I know who the killer is behind tonight's murder. You!
No?
The killer?
Do you really mean that, Agent Lang?
Wolves don't lie. Oh!
Then who is it?
Well, let me first say that I'm not talking about Mr. Cochin's murder. I was all Sheena. Lang Zi says, the truth lies not at the exit, but rather shines outside the maze itself. The truth is unexpectedly simple. So let me ask you this. Who do you think was Damask 2's killer? I'll tell you who. Whoa! I guess it's her turn in the hot seat. Okay. Earlier in the game, that was some rather unfortunate foreshadowing. Well, I hope something about Miles being accused of murder in the second case. It's like, if that ever happens to you, she's like, well, I hope it never happens to me. Girly, you just spoke you jinxed yourself, Girly Pop. I was the killer.
Hey, wait, but that's impossible.
Yeah. Although, the whip is actually quite... Hey. Hold your tongue at that ludicrous remark you were about to make. I don't trust anybody aside from my immediate circle here. Agent Lang, are you seriously accusing her of murder? Yeah, I am. He doesn't appear to be joking. Hey, sis. I remember that just before Ambassador Alba went to give a speech. He called you into his office, right? Did you do it and you were just preparing, like, evidence to, like, frame her? Yes, he did, but what does that have to do with anything? I'm getting to that. Furthermore, in order to solve both cases, you moved around rather freely between Alabast and Babel, did you? Did you not?
And where is your evidence that I am the killer? I was just getting to that. Trust me, I'll show them to you in due time. Ambassador Alba, in order for me to bring this case to a close, I'll need to inspect your office one more time. Will you grant me permission? With things as they are, I suppose I don't have much of a choice, do I? Good. Then let's move out. Oh, and don't even think about running away, sis. My pack will be keeping a close eye on you. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. Oh! I'll stop. As if I would have any reason to flee. But just so we're clear, your logic had better be sound. I think Franziska should be allowed to do one free murder after this. I know she's just being accused of murder, but I think she should be allowed to murder any man that is disrespectful to her, starting with Lang. I'll accept nothing short of a perfect explanation. She seems rather upset, not that I blame her. I expected that you'd accept no less. Let's see how long you can keep that nose of yours stuck up in the air like that.
Hold it!
Agent Lang, as someone related to tonight's case, I request that you allow me to take part. And so that I may clean up my superior's mess. Hey! I guess I should. The more the merrier, especially when it's the peanut gallery.
Oh, in that case, I want to join in too. I still haven't seen what it looks like in Alabas yet.
You're like Kayan, you gotta let me in too, pal. I can't sit around and do nothing when Ms. Von Calm is in trouble.
Hey, Gummy, let's have a competition to see who can save her first, okay?
Okay, I'll take you up on that. Oh yeah, I'm fired up on raring to go. As a detective, I don't believe this is something you're supposed to be excited over. Sounds like this is gonna get real interesting. Ambassador Alba, I'll be bringing these kids along for the ride.
Very well. But I'd like you to keep in mind that this will be your last chance.
I'll have this whole mess cleaned up before you know it. Now let's go! Has Lang ever run on all fours before? I think he should at some point. He has to have in the past, at least. How is your leg feeling, by the way? Like, how are you able to put weight on your leg? Now let's first go over the facts one more time. Oh, he for sure has, yeah! Manny Cochin's body was found over in the Secretariat's office in Babel. The weapon that took his life was one of Alabast's ornamental knives. And then the body of Damask II, Mr. Kashino, was found here in the Alabastian ambassador's office. Through our investigation, we found the murder weapon was the Primadux statue, and that this is actually Babel's statue. In this case, no matter how I look at it, sis, it wasn't you and there's no one else who could have pulled this off. Agent Lang, do you understand the full implications of what you are saying? Of course I do, sis, and I'm serious. You were on the trail of the smuggling ring, and you wanted any evidence you could find. And so, while people were distracted by the Atagarasu's appearance, you snuck in here. That's when you two ran into each other. You and that other thief who took advantage of the confusion from the fire.
Objection!
Even if all that were true, how do you explain the movement of the weapons? Don't worry, I plan to show that you're the culprit behind that too. Oh, she is vibrating with anger. You have permission to investigate both embassies at will. With that kind of free reign, you could have easily taken the weapons across country lines. Oh my god, he grabbed the whip! Look, sis, I thought I already told you I'm not messing around here. This case isn't directly tied to the smuggling ring, but Sheena certainly is tied to the smuggling ring. He is right in saying she is a member of the smuggling ring. However, the connection between this case and the ring, could it not be deeper than what any of us can imagine? Let's get this ridiculous circus over with already. Me playing case 2-3. Franziska, you need to calm down. Because we only know the facts of the Alabastian side of the case. Whip him. Don't tell a lady to calm down, Edgeworth. I don't believe you can see the case as a whole, and therefore solve it. What? But don't worry, I am taking this seriously as well, and I will prove your innocence. That's the only way to be, Mr. Prosecutor. But you can come up with can you come up with anything else that can top my hypothesis? Oh, I can top something, alright. Of course, the explanation is to solve the mystery of the moving weapons as well. Of course, and I will. Let us now delve into the truth behind the murder of Damask II. You do understand, don't you, Miles Edgeworth? This isn't just a confrontation against Agent Lang. If you can't figure out how the murder of Damask II is related to the smuggling ring, then it will mean the end of our investigation. As long as I have no good counter-argument to his hypothesis, then the best I can do is walk this thin tightrope and see what I can do.
Thin tightrope, like this?
Come on, Mr. Prosecutor, let's get started. Yes, let's. Oh, we're already debating. One of Alabast's knives was used in Babel to murder Mr. Cochin. And the murder weapon in the killing of Damask II is Babel's Primadux statue. Somehow, these two objects were able to penetrate the two countries' impenetrable security. The only one who traversed the two countries just before and after the crimes was you. So as long as I can't explain how the weapons moved about, Franziska will remain a suspect. You got it, Mr. Prosecutor, hiccup. So why don't you stop giving me a hard time? Under these circumstances, who the heck can carry a weapon across country lines? I've worked through every possibility, but there's only one that's plausible. Your boss. Agent Lang, what I've learned from you just now is that you've lost sight of yourself. Psst. Very simple, straight to the point. What are you talking about? By focusing too intently on that which is in front of us, we become blind to the truth. Don't tell me Lang Z never said anything to that effect. Oh, hit him where it hurts! You prosecutor, who do you think you are, speaking about Lang Z's proverbs like that? I don't need his proverbs, because my words are all you will need to see the truth.
Edgeworth said fuck your proverbs.
Hold it!
I concur that this knife crossed over country lines. Good, but that's not the only thing that did. We mustn't forget about the other weapon. The knife was only one.
Hold it!
So you're saying the Primadux statue was also brought over by Franziska. Like I told you before, that's the only way it makes sense.
Hold it!
And how exactly did she bring it over? I haven't figured that out yet. That's a rather weak statement considering how sure you are. Maybe, but there is one thing I do know for sure.
Hold it!
You said use the word penetrate. Penetrable? I should hardly think so. Ace Attorney out of context.
Not so fast!
You've seen the top of the wall between the two countries, right? Who in the world could cross over that? Yeah, not even I could climb over that thing with all that barbed wire. The only way into either embassy is through the doors in the Theatrum Neutralis. So the only way for the knife and the Primadux statue to traverse the two countries is through those security camera-equipped, well-guarded doors. I still think this is... I mean... I'm pretty sure this is the Primadux statue moving between the two embassies. So, I don't know.
Hold it!
Was Franziska really the only person who would travel between the two countries? According to the guards at both doors, she is the only one to go back and forth. It's just there was an Alabast when the Yatagrasu showed. And then, just before you guys saw Mr. Cochin's body, she entered Babel. I think we can assume that's when she brought the knife into Babel.
Objection!
Then how do you explain the Primadux statue? I haven't quite figured that out yet. However, the fact that the two weapons crossed the border proves that the killer must have also traveled across the country lines. The only things to cross the border are the Primadux statue and the knife. I should hardly think that those are the only two items, Agent Lang. Alright. Oh, hello? There we go. My arrows weren't there for a second. Alright, let me... The only one who traversed the two countries just before and after. Alright, I want to look through everything I have here. I don't have, like, the plain knife. It's not here. Alright. I mean,
this. This is something going between. I'm gonna try the photo on this. Alrighty.
Hey, take a look at this, Mr. Ashworth. There's dirt over here. It's totally ruining the beauty of the hair stick.
I suppose. Maybe it's not a hair stick. The design of these things are rather eccentric for hair sticks.
Huh? Really? Well, if they're that strange, what should I do with them?
I have to say, these are by far the most bizarre hair sticks I've ever seen. In any case, Kay, there's something I've been meaning to ask. How exactly do you stick that hair stick of yours into your hair like that?
That's a secret.
Curiouser and curiouser. Psst. Alright, I am going to try this.
Objection!
Alright, well, that's not it. Alright, he's saying the statue and the knife are the only items that transferred. The only one... These two objects. What if I do this statement instead?
Objection!
Alright, I don't. Alright, I guess it's not that. Okay, something else that went across the borders. What else do we have? Well, this one moved too. The other statue had to have moved as well. The Babel statue, the Alabas statue.
Objection!
Yeah, the other statue had to have swapped as well. Agent Lang, those two items are not the only two to cross the border tonight. Oh? Damask too was killed with the Babel's Primadox statue, yes. But if that's the case, then tell me, where did Alabas' Primadox statue go? To Babel. Precisely. And if the two statues really were switched, then this means that both statues were smuggled across the border at some point, which means that a total of 3 items were smuggled across the embassies. I guess so. But you know what? It doesn't matter the number of items, only that the sis is the one who could have done it. Because the only person who went back and forth between Alabast and Babel is her. How could she have carried those... What, do you think she just, like, put the statue up her ass and went across the border? How do you think she did it? Was there no one else who could have traveled between the two countries? There was definitely another person, one who paid a visit to both sides of the wall.
Objection!
Your request has been... Oh my god, wait, did you make... Oh my god, sorry, I don't have emotes and, like, or links enabled. Did you make an emote? Oh my god, if you, like, send it in, like, a whisper or something, sorry. I don't know how to permit links on Twitch. But did you make the Lang emo? Oh my god. That's... Or I can, like, look it up on BTTV. Let me whisper. Okay, no worries. All good. This is incredible. Thank you. This is amazing. Thank you. Nice. You make the best emotes, Bryce. What a lousy time to try and bluff your way out of this. I checked out what the guard said along with the security camera's footage. You're not gonna overturn my hypothesis that easily. You try, you do amazing work.
But suppose there was some other way. I suppose there was some other way other than through the theater doors. I can't read. What other way? What? You're not British. Neither are you, but I do a British voice for you. Oh my god. The oddity that just crossed the border unarmed. It opened up a whole new possibility. And though I hesitate to bring this out, it was the Steel Samurai. As long as this entity exists, the impossible road becomes a possibility. What if it went in the water pipe? I think I'm about to need to get BTTV Pro. Oh my god. Alright. Let's see this piece of evidence that'll show me this other route. Another way to go between the countries. I mean, it sounds very improbable. But if it's not Larry's stroller, if the water was like used from here to like put out the fire, it could have gone in the tube here.
Take that!
Alright. Wait, now, hold on. Now that I'm thinking about the statue going in the water, possibly, could this be a piece of a statue? Or the samurai dog cart? There we go. Oh my god. I was thinking of like the stroller. Wolves are known for their keen eyesight. The only thing I see is the crud you're hoping will stick to the wall. Pfft, Jesus. Let him say shit. Alrighty.
Take that!
Oh? Alright. I don't want to lose any more health. It's not the... We don't have the stroller. The stroller is not in evidence. If it's not the baby stroller or the samurai dog cart or the... Oh, it is this. Oh my god. This is when we bring this up. Okay. Alright. I completely forgot that this photo exists. You and I, like, forget everything but my original theory that is most likely correct. Agent Lang, I'm sure you are familiar with this unforgettable photo. That supernatural photo? Like I said before. Humans can't fly. No, of course not. I understand that perfectly well. And don't start claiming that Sheena somehow grew wings either. I wouldn't dream of claiming that. And I won't allow you to take back what you've said earlier. I'll say it again. It's not humanly possible to fly through the air without wings. So you better have a good explanation for this, Mr. Prosecutor. But how can I prove who it was that flew through the air in this photo? Not humanly possible. Urethra! I love that he thinks Eureka in his brain. What a loser. Very well, you will have your explanation. Sounds like you have a good idea simmering inside that head of yours. Let me save. Let me save. It's this.
Take that!
Oh, fuck! It's the other one, isn't it? It's the other statue. God damn it. I'm dumb. I picked the burnt one. I'm so dumb. Ugh. I clicked the wrong statue!
Take that!
Naturally, the shadow is the third smuggled object, the Primidoc statue replica. You can't be serious. I'm gonna save. I've lost so much health already. The Artigarasu, or rather Callisto Yu, dressed as Agent Sheena, was inside Babel. She dressed the replica statue up in clothes and launched it through the air. She just... Mr. Prosecutor! You left out a very crucial bit in your explanation. I know I did. She launched it through the air. Hiccup. And how exactly did she do that? Oh my god, he's yelling. He is literally baring his fangs at me. My tights. But he has a point. How exactly did it move through the air like that? As long as this remains unsolved, we won't be able to move any closer to the truth. Which reminds me, didn't he say this earlier? Just before Ambassador Alba went to give his speech, he called you into his office. So just before the murder, Franziska was called here, right into this very room. If that's the case, that may be another avenue I can pursue. Ow! Hidden Lang, in order for me to answer that question, I will need to hear testimony from Miss Von Karma. Oh? What are you up to now? This is the third time he's called Edgeworth Pretty Boy. Is he flirting with me? By saying we were fated to like go up against each other and calling me Pretty Boy? That role has already been filled, I'm sorry, buddy. Earlier you mentioned something of interest to me. You said that just before the murder occurred, Miss Von Karma had been in this room because Ambassador Alba had called for her. And for that reason alone, you believe her to be the killer. Yeah, I guess I did say something like that. In that case, I believe it is my duty to ask what her side of the story is. Do you really think a criminal would tell us the honest truth? How dare you! As I've said numerous times, there is absolutely no proof that I am the killer. Let's hear your argument, pretty boy. Literally. Miles Edgeworth, don't tell me you suspect me too. I don't. I'm actually giving you the benefit of the doubt. Unlike what you did to me the other day. I can't ignore the fact that you were in this room at one point in time, which is why I would like to hear about it from you. Franziska, I feel that I still don't have enough information, which is why your testimony is incredibly important to the outcome of this case. I see what's happening. Hold on. Okay, this is gonna be very flimsy. If the thing was put on the string, tied on the wire, and sent down like a zip line or something, and tied to these sticks somewhere, that seems flimsy as hell. I don't know. I'm trying to think it through. What would you like me to talk about? I'd like you to please testify to your movements up until you came into this room. Alright, let's try this your way for a change. Oh, but if what she has to say turns out to be a waste of time, I'll place her under arrest faster than you can howl. No! As you wish. As I said earlier, I was assigned to guard duty in the Alabastine Embassy. After I saw the Steel Samurai off on his way towards the ambassador's office, I returned to the Rose Garden for a bit and checked up on the security situation. After all the preparations were in place, I was called back by Ambassador Alba to his office. And did you make it to the office? Franziska, I want us to make this clear from the very beginning. So what I wish to confirm is that the only time span in which you were in this office was before the murder occurred. Is that correct? Yes, of course. I see. Now the only way I can see for us to break out of this situation is to ask Franziska about her testimony in more detail. I guess that means we press everything, which I was gonna do anyway.
Hold it!
Oh, my back. I'm cracking my back. I thought your duty was to fact-find anything you could about the smuggling ring. Yes, that was my job. But upon hearing that the Yatagarasu had sent a calling card to the embassy, Ambassador Alba called upon us to protect the embassy instead. That incident 7 years ago? Or have you forgotten what happened here back then? Anything related to that case we were involved in appears to be rather painful for her. It's not exactly one I can readily forget myself. It looks like you remember the case after all. Of course I do. I inspected every location, every possible escape route, and every aspect of the police's security detail. I did all that. Then after that...
Hold it!
So you were at the theater as well? Yes, and I suppose you were also there as well, watching that stage show. Well, yes, so Franziska was there. Well, after the show was over and I saw the Steel Samurai off...
Hold it!
Why did you need to confirm the degree of preparation for even the speech? For security's sake, of course. What other reason could I have had? No one knew just how the Yatagarasu had planned on getting in, right? Yes, I suppose you're right. And in the end, the Atagarasu did choose to appear in the Rose Garden. Even if it did turn out to be nothing more than a shadow. Shadow mentioned? Who would have thought that she would use a shadow? Duh! Calm down, Franziska. She must still be nursing a grudge over the fact that she couldn't figure it out herself. Anyway, there was no one in the Rose Garden, and we were aware that the speech was set to start soon thereafter. Yes, easy, Shadow, easy. After all the preparations were in place, I was called back by Ambassador Alba to his office. Oh wait, I've read that already. That's the last one. Press!
Hold it!
At the time, Damask-2's body had yet to be found in this room. Is that correct? That's right. But Ambassador Alba was here. One could hardly miss his rather large presence. Large? A criminal will say anything to get out of getting arrested. A large presence. Well, if you need proof, I'd be happy to oblige you. Serious? Why are you sweating? Like I keep telling you. When I arrived at this office, Ambassador Alba was already here. He was standing by the flower box on the windowsill, watering his plants. I can attest to that. I remember speaking with the lovely lady around that time here in my office. Alright then. Add that statement to your testimony, and let's hear some details. So Ambassador Alba was in this room at the time, was he?
Hold it!
For the sake of being thorough, I'd like to ask you something. How did you know that Ambassador Alba was watering his plants at the windowsill? What do you mean by that? The entrance to this room is on the side. However, the window is on the opposite side. If what you say is true, then when you entered the room, his body would have been like a wall. He would have been blocking your view of what he was doing. Is that not correct? I suppose it was a bit hard to see around him. But fortunately for me, Ambassador Alba is not an immovable wall. Psst. I knocked before I entered, and as I did, he turned around to greet me, with a watering can in his hand. So it's only natural to believe that he was watering his plants, right? I suppose. After his greeting, we spent a little time talking about his flowers. He had obtained them himself and has grown them with the utmost care, you know. Yes. The plants in this room, they're all like my children. The passion flowers in the flower box on the windowsill are growing beautifully too. All four, yeah. What do I not understand? I do not understand why a certain thing is the way that it is. They got pulled out.
Objection!
They got pulled out after the fact, so Alba did it. See, I'm suspicious of everybody. It's almost 4:30 a.m. No worries about it. Get some sleep. Have a good night. Franziska, for some odd reason, your testimony contradicts with this piece of evidence. It does appear that way. I knew it. I knew we couldn't trust your words, sis.
Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, what are you doing discrediting Miss Von Karma like this?
Yeah, sir. If you keep this up, she's gonna get taken away, sir. All I've done is state what I saw. That means they were pulled out after she left. I have not made a single mistake in my testimony. And for this, I'm still under suspicion for murder. Is the number of flowers really all that important at this juncture, Miles? At the very least, it is a contradiction in this enigmatic case. One that I find hard to dismiss as irrelevant. And let's hear, Mr. Prosecutor. What does the number of flowers have to do with anything? What does it prove? Ali, the answer to that will become clear were you to examine that flower box.
They're my beloved flowers. I've grown them with the utmost care. So I ask that you please be gentle with them as you examine them, Mr. Edgeworth.
I understand. Every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Well, I'm gonna do the watering can first. This watering can has a rather robust design.
Mr. Edgeworth, why are you telling us stuff we can clearly see for ourselves? Plus, if you keep wasting time talking about that, Miss Von Karma's gonna get arrested.
Alright. This patch of soil looks as though it had something removed from it. What are you doing, Mr. Prosecutor? Why'd you clam up all of a sudden? Oh my god, Sprout, it's like a baby 14 player. I'm still here, waiting for an explanation, you know. Did you know, Agent Lang? Flowers are best appreciated inside.
You said shut the fuck up in the most polite way possible.
Looks like two things are pulled out of this flower box. The name of these flowers. I believe they're called passion flowers. Despite being called flowers, they're actually a species of vine. They appear to be growing well and are well supported by these plant supporters. Yeah, but no matter how I look at it, looks like there are only two here to me. You realize, don't you, sis? Your little lie has failed you.
Miles Edgeworth! Hurry up and shut this man up for me already! Shut him up. You can shut him up too, girly pop.
I suppose I will need to use some evidence to shut him up. I believe I have just the piece of evidence you require.
Oh, you do, don't you? You have such confidence in that face of your current plight.
I highly doubt it'll last until the end. You howl like a wolf, Agent Lang, but we'll see if you have any bite to back up that bark after you see the evidence.
Oh my god, Miles, you loser. Anytime he tries to sound cool like that or do like a little wordplay, he sounds like an utter loser, and I love it.
Take that!
Sheena, who was supposedly imbabbled the entire time, had these hair sticks on her that look exactly like the plant supports in this flower box. In other words, I believe it can be said that these hair sticks are in actuality support sticks for the passion flowers.
And so what?
Is this really all that important to the case? Of course it is. It means that we found yet another item that was smuggled between countries tonight. Think about it logically, Agent Lang. These sticks were originally in alabaster, but somehow they wound up in Sheena's hands, who was imbabbled the whole night. So make no mistake, these sticks were smuggled somehow, just like the knife and the statue.
Lar.
Very well then. I want to hear from you exactly how they wound up in Babel. How did their support sticks find their way to Babel and why? There must be some reason as to why they ended up there.
Huh? So that's why.
Agent Lang, if you'll please take a look at this and tell me its shape. It's just another stick, isn't it? And so it is, but the shape of the support sticks is what's important.
Oh, were they fired like a crossbow? Ooh. With like the wire between them? This seems like that has to be a very tough wire and like a very like sure shot to like make like the zip line. Urethra!
That's a crossbow.
Wait, you're not really suggesting.
I am. These hair sticks, or rather plant support sticks, they make for perfect arrows.
I've done it. I found the common thread that connects the two offices. And a literal thread.
This thread has yet to be completely untangled. Even using the arrows, how does this explain how the statues were transported? Furthermore, who could have been who fired these sticks as arrows?
There must be a common thread that... It was Alba himself. Because he's a retired, like, military man, right? He would have had the aim to be able to do that, the experience. Everybody's in on it. What if this guy... They were collaborating or something. Everybody's in on it.
Mr. Prosecutor, hold up a second. You do realize what happens when you tie a statue to an arrow, right?
They don't fly at all!
So Babel's statue was draped in the Atagarasu's clothes and then shot over here. Even if you fired the arrows from this side, they wouldn't go far with just a statue tied to them. With a statue tied to them. I don't think I need to tell you that the Primadux statues didn't sprout wings. They're a realist after all, aren't you? The Primadux statues didn't sprout wings. Of course they didn't. Glad you understand. I feel much better already. I was afraid for a second that you were unaware of that crucial fact. It's only crucial because you're under the belief that wings are necessary to this equation.
What? Stop thinking like an animal!
You need to free your mind a bit more and let it fly like a bird on the wind.
The Primadux statues flew, but not on a wing.
Allow me a bit of your time and I'll explain this mysterious phenomenon to you.
All right.
Hold it!
Oh. But that incredible scene just happened to have been caught on film, resulting in this photo. an incredible scene it was. This photo was taken by a freelance photojournalist, right? Yes, so I hate you. And not every photojournalist is known to be honest, right? Especially not the ones that sell photos of spirits and giant creatures to tabloids, like Light of Heart, y'all! Yes, I know what you mean. I've seen those sorts of photos many a time in court. But there have been times when those photos have turned out to be telling the truth. If you had ever stood in a court of law, you would know that it's entirely plausible. It's entirely possible. You really believe the stuff you're spewing right now, me when I'm mixing up my accents. Courtroom certainly is a strange place if what you say is true. But there really is something odd about that photo, no matter how you look at it.
Hold it!
But we are in agreement that an arrow by itself would reach the other side, correct? But just the arrow by itself is pretty meaningless, don't you think, Mr. Prosecutor? Because the things they wanted to smuggle were a lot bigger than nothing. No, that's not necessarily true. What? What I need right now is not further discussion of my conclusions, it's a launching of my conclusions. Oh, launch them out of a crossbow! But the shooter wanted to launch with the crossbow was not the statues themselves. Rather, something a crossbow can launch that can be used to move. The wire! But I want to press for dialogue. I want to press the rest of these for dialogue, and then we do the wire. The thing the crossbow launched. Allow me to show you the answer. Oh, come on then, show me to me, please. He doesn't bluff. Alright, I'll do it now. Edgeworth doesn't bluff, unlike his boyfriend. Although, at this point, I don't think they're together. In my timeline, Phoenix and Edgeworth are not together at this point. They're still, like, pining. I think they might be sort of aware or, like, suspect the other has feelings for them, but, like, they're not together. They're in the hard pining stage. Like, developing relationship at most, if I'm talking in AO3 tags. Pre-relationship, developing relationship. Kind of like on the border between those two. I don't think they actually got together until, like, maybe closer to, like, Apollo Justice timeline. Somewhere in, like, that gap. I don't know. And then by Dual Destinies or something, they are at the very least engaged. Cause like Phoenix in those games has the air of like a married man. He has the feel of like a loving husband and father. So yeah, they're not actually together at this point in my brain, but they are hard pining. Finally, we reach this point in our discussion. For I present to you that which was carried by the arrow from the crossbow. I get it now, Mr. Prosecutor. I can see exactly what you are trying to say. You're saying that wire was tied to an arrow and then shot into Mr. Cochin's office. All the way from the 5th floor of the Alabastian Embassy down to the 3rd floor of the Babylonis Embassy. If what you're claiming is really what happened, I can see how Alabast's Primadux statue could be moved. Gravity could be used to move the statue down the wire from the 5th floor to the 3rd floor. But then, what about Babel's Primadux statue? The dark shadow in this photo is clearly flying away from Babel. Going in the opposite way of gravity from the 3rd floor of the Babylonis Embassy up to the 5th floor of the Alabastian Embassy? How do you explain that? It was going into the Rose Garden, maybe, I don't know, into the puddle. I think I finally see how the gears behind this whole trick work. Agent Lang, the motion used behind this trick. I wonder if perhaps you've yet to envision how it works in your head. Motion? What motion? This is the motion that was used. Okay. Rotary swinging bungee. Oh my god, physics. I'm trying to vision this. So... I'm gonna say bungee, because that's how they could, like, spring it. Yeah, that's too heavy, I don't think. Bungee action. Are you saying that the wire acted as a bungee cord and the statue was hauled up? That's a simple way of putting it, but yes. Did you think about the weight of the statue at all? That thing is solid gold. Or that thing never reached the office window, the wire would have snapped. Okay, let's consider your idea and say the wire has the elasticity required. If you fire that kind of wire from a crossbow, it would come sailing back, yeah. Ouch.
how they slurping it in the embassy, straight up slurping it, and by it, well, let's just say, my arrows. Swinging? I don't know. I'm bullshitting this. Alright, rotary, like rotating, like spinning? What? I believe it was done via rotary motion. The two statues are transported simultaneously. Simultaneously? Get real. The statues would collide somewhere along the way. One was dropped in the water. Did I ever say there was only one line of wire between the two offices? Oh, that's what they mean. Oh, I didn't even visualize it like that. What the hell? And they could just like yoink it along. Lang Zi says, don't object and call a success, but it's beyond reasonability. Taking into account the tension difference between the two wires, the top one was sagged too much to the point where the statues would collide anyway.
Objection!
Agent Lang, as you know, the Primodox statue is a one-of-a-kind national treasure, and the fact the Babel statue is a hollow replica of the real statue, it would naturally be lighter than the real one, meaning that my idea is very possible. Lang Zi says, "Howl! Ow! He's howling, baby!" Here's what I believe happened. Miss Yu and her mystery co-conspirators set themselves up in two different rooms. Ow! The co-conspirator bridged the rooms by shooting two ends of the wire down on one arrow. Then the two of them covered the statues and proceeded to transport the statues. After the switch was completed, another arrow was fired, carrying the other end of the wire down to Babel where it was to be disposed of. And to do that, Miss Yu hid it inside the grandfather clock QED. QED, what does that mean? Ha 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 ha. This proves it, right, Agent Lang? That I'm not the killer. Not yet, sis. I still haven't had my dessert yet. Brother, don't say it like that. The proof is in the pudding, as it were. Pudding is a nice... Yeah, we're getting sidetracked here. So, did you think you can do it? Can you prove that what you said is what happened? Are we gonna, like, try to reenact it? Remember, if you can't, I'll be taking a certain someone back home with me as— Ew, don't say it like that, ugh. I agree that as long as there is no proof, my hypothesis remains just that. However, what I have laid out is no mere hypothesis, for there is one more piece of evidence. One more. This should be interesting. You think you have a piece of evidence that'll turn your hypothesis into a fact? Well then, let's see it, Mr. Prosecutor. Also, how did the knife get over? This is how the statues were smuggled. How was the knife smuggled? And the arrows. Was the knife also transported along this? I don't know. I think that made it possible to create a circular belt out of a length of wire. I believe that it's right here. Oh, would it be the knife? You know, the yoink it around the knife? Like, loop it around the knife? The ceiling fan!
Take that!
Looks like you dropped another bomb on us again. But the last piece to the trick are two pulleys. Precisely, the ceiling fans double as pulleys in this case. And thanks to the fact that there's one installed in each of the offices, the ceiling fans made for the perfect pulley set for the wire to run on. Oh! This must be it. This is how the smugglers bypass the impenetrable security. You really are something else, Mr. Prosecutor. I bet you figured it all out already, haven't you? You know who the big hotshot that set up this real-life stage show is, don't you? The person who set up this rather large and complex stage show needs to be someone with foreknowledge of the existence of a ceiling fan in both the Alabastian and Babelese offices, and that the Passion Flower support stakes could be used as arrows. It has to be Alba, because again, he has like probably the military prowess to like fire that crossbow. And don't you dare make this wolf wait for his food. Oh my god, you're such a loser. Why are you so hesitant, Miles Edgeworth? If you can't say who it is, why don't you present something like you always do? A single point of the finger here in this case will explode into an international incident. Oh, brother. However, it's already too late for me to stop the forward momentum. It appears that I have no choice now, but to rush in. A piece of evidence.
Is there anything that points to Alba?
It's my badge. It's the Steel Samurai.
Is it just the flowers? This may be a stretch.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Smuggling cannot have been possible without the use of the crossbow. Furthermore, the arrows that were shot by the crossbow were plucked, as it were, from the flower box in this very room. They were planted so long ago that the passion flowers had the time to grow so big that Miss Von Karma didn't even notice the arrows when she visited this room today. On top of all this, the fact that the culprit knew that both officers had ceiling fans tells us that this person had very detailed information on the embassy's layout. So, as you may have already guessed, the person I am accusing of hatching this plan is the person who grew the flowers in the flower box with the utmost care. Thus, it can only be you, Kirkus Alba! Are you out of your mind, Miles Edgeworth? I'm certain of what I am saying, and I'm sure that he is the culprit. Tell me, Mr. Prosecutor, what was that ambassador trying to accomplish by doing all that stuff you just outlined? Why in the world would he need to use a trick like that? I understand you'll need to doubt me. However, there is one thing that stands out to me as very odd. Just one thing, huh? The one single end result Ambassador Alba sought to obtain. If you were to examine the focus of this complex trick, I believe we will finally find the answer to everything. Why would they swap the statues? This plan's to steal it? The focus. I mean, this event was to establish the reunion of Alabast and Babel. And the statue swap was meant to, like, prevent that, right? Did this guy know about the switch? So, like, what's the evidence then? Everything, why? The end result. Maybe it's to do this to make it, do the swap beforehand to make it so Damask 2 would steal the fake statue. Let's see. Is that it? Damn it! That's not it. Fuck. Alright, well, I'm gonna save. Because I'm gonna have to... I might have to Persona 3 reload. Items that become evident should never have any part overlooked. Alright. Alright. Okay, well. Well, what's the reason for this? One piece that has only been partially checked. Okay, evidence that has only been partially checked. I mean, we don't have the gold thing. Is that this?
Take that!
Okay, yeah, like, I don't know where that comes into play. The pool. Is it the pool? Because we only partially checked the pool. In case I mess up again, so there's less dialogue to go back through. Alright. Examine the pool.
Take that!
Alright.
Go back!
Alright. Something that's only been partially checked? Evidence from KG8. Or is it the knife? Orders from the boss of the smuggling ring to Koshin.
Take that!
Yeah, I didn't think that would... Alright. Oh my god. I don't know why I'm struggling! Lies at the heart of the smuggling ring. I mean... It's like that was only partially checked. Is it just this? Oh my god, I don't know. What? What? A boo. It's my badge. It wouldn't be that yet, would it? Most of the evidence has already undergone intense scrutiny. The samurai dogs. I mean, this?
Take that!
Oh my god. I don't know why I'm struggling with this. Once I get it, I'll be like, oh, that was stupid, I'm sure. Alright.
Take that!
Ah. Okay. I would fully understand the reasoning had the situation been the reverse. However, to go through the trouble of swapping the real Primidoc statue for the fake, I sense a very shady reason for such a bizarre action. And who better to ask for that reason than King Primidox himself? I see. Ambassador will be examining that statue now, with or without your permission. With a sword drawn like that, there is an aura of valor and bravery around King Primidox.
He looks so cool standing like that with the sword stuck in the ground in front of him. Maybe I should try and come up with some cool pose with a shuriken or something.
I am seriously beginning to think that her real goal in life is to become a ninja. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. There isn't anything particularly odd about the sword, right? No, not really. I suppose we should examine a different area of the statue for now.
Pokemon Sword and Shield. Oh my god, the Sword and the Shield, those are the two pieces of the King of Prosecutors.
I bet it's supposed to mean the guy is protecting something.
I don't think it's supposed to have that deep of a meaning behind it.
In that case, what are we wasting time with this for? Let's look at some other area.
A handprint.
These are Mr. Cochin's fingerprints. The fact that they're on here suggests that the statue once belonged to Babel.
So it was smuggled from Babel to Alabast, huh?
Why was there a need for them to smuggle it in?
The head.
This guy kind of looks like the Steel Samurai, don't you think? Maybe it's because they look alike that he was picked to be the Goodwill Ambassador.
I suppose that's possible. Take a look at this area around the base of his neck. Looks like a gap. A gap.
With the pick.
Hurry up and open it, Miles!
Here goes.
Oh. Oh! Oh! There was shit inside. Okay, cool.
Wow, it really did open up. Hey, what's this thing that fell out?
So is Alba the head of the smuggling ring? Is this payment or something?
I believe a more thorough examination of it is required. What in the... Is this...
Hey, is this what I think it is?
It's a plate for making counterfeit bills! Somehow, it appears we've at long last arrived at the exit to this complex labyrinth. We finally hold within our hands one of the counterfeit money plates. And the reason why the replica was smuggled into Alabast to begin with. The Primadox statue can only be handled by the ambassador or the secretariat, and the replica is nothing more than a hollow shell covered in gold. These two circumstances make the statue the ideal object in which to hide the contraband. After receiving the statue containing the counterfeit plate from Sheena, the ambassador had the misfortune of accidentally running into Damask II. Surprised by the thief, the ambassador raised the replica statue at Damask II and bop! Whacked him! Then, in order to frame the steel samurai of the murder, he covered the samurai sword in blood. Well, Ambassador Elba?
I'm scared for when he opens his eyes and snaps.
You're the leader of the smuggling ring? My country's a mess. And it's all because of you? You're the one who killed Damask too? Answer us! I never thought that you would figure things out to this level. However, there is one point I disagree with you on. The head of the smuggling ring was... Mr. Cochin.
Quit screwing around.
I have no sympathy for someone who would try to pass the guilt on to a dead man.
Dead man mention? Dead man's been dead for 7 years.
There's one thing I'm sure of, it's that you're the real ringleader, Kirkus Alba. It's not good to speak with such subjectivity, you know, Agent Lang. Subjectivity. My conclusion is anything but, and the result of logic and investigation.
McCrindle, I did add McCrindle. Hi, going McCrindle mode. How are you? God, this emote is so funny. I went back to like look at the VOD as to like how that whole tangent began. That is one of the strangest deep dives I've ever seen. Incredible. But I hope you're doing well. I hope you're crindling it. But how's it going?
Logic and investigation. Only seconds ago, you were ready to arrest Miss Von Karma.
I was losing my mind yesterday. God, that was so funny just to like watch, like, and get like the actual context for it and everything. Good God. So is McCrindle, how did he become like the generationology guy? Why do we all look to him for names? He makes up names and we just accept it? Is that how it works? And Akechi man, like, on your next date with Akechi, like, Joker's gonna come in and be like, hey, Akechi, like, have you heard of Mark McCrindle? And just explain all of the McCrindle lore to him.
I don't think we can give such flip-floppy logic any real weight, do you?
I spent another hour today at work just trying to find her. I think that is a incredibly valuable use of work time, for sure. Wait, Akechi called after. I was like, sorry, we got interrupted. And then on you are, Mark. It's like it was meant to be. That really happened at the most opportune time in the game. Incredible. Question mark. Question mark? Question mark McCrindle? Is Mark McCrindle the real head of the smuggling ring here? Looks like you still don't get why I came back. Excuse me? Are you in the ring too? Is everybody in the smuggling ring? You see, the reason I came back is so that I could sink my fangs into your wrinkly old neck. Okay, don't threaten me with a good time, buddy. From the very beginning, my real target has been you. What? Oh, he's mad. Agent Lang, I demand an explanation. Sorry, sis. I didn't mean to put you through all that. I've taken so many screenshots of this game with things out of context and Miles Edgeworth just being a petty little shit. I love it. I knew you were innocent from the very beginning. So what? So this is like some big gambit? Prosecutor's gambit mentioned? No, he's not a prosecutor. I knew this whole incident had been meticulously planned and prepared for. So naturally, the occupant of this room, Ambassador Alba, seemed the most suspicious. But without the ambassadors— oh wait, hold on. Look at this emote that Bryce just made. Because this guy is the Wolf Man. Oh wait, you're on mobile. Never mind. You can't say— I'm sorry. But it's the raw emote with his face on it. It's incredible. I'm lurking because I have a headache. Oh no! I hope you feel better soon. Please enjoy screenless time. Feel better. So that's why you put on this big show to accuse Franziska of the murder. Using Franziska as the bait, you were able to gain us entry and investigate the investigative rights. Yeah, if I hadn't done that, I doubt the ambassador would have given the okay to poke around. You little shit! You had us all fooled! You little fucker! So that's what all this was about. Very well, I will forgive you. But in exchange for using me as bait, I think you should be allowed to murder him. Or at least, like, hit him a few times. You'll take some responsibility and help us find the truth. Agent Lang, for giving me such a great opening, I thank you. You know, I just knew, Mr. Prosecutor, that somehow, if we were able to find some proof by investigating this room, that you would be able to figure out the real culprit with your special brand of logic. Oh, he trusts me! The evidence detectives collect combined with the logic of a prosecutor? That's just as it should be in a prosecutor-detective team, right? Man, and Gumshoe's not even here to say this. I don't know about all that. The one thing I do know is that I'm itching to see that old man get what's coming to him. Not quite scary when you want to be, are you? Hey, you were the one who was planning to use me to push all the guilt onto the sis. But unfortunately for you, you misjudged me. Agent Lang, I wish for you to stop trying to intimidate me. What we need right now is evidence and proof. I wonder if you have what is necessary to prove that I am the head of the smuggling ring. Don't be such a sore loser. I mean, you're one to talk there, Franzi, but I won't yell at you because you have a lot of trauma related to that, so I will give you a head pat instead. Head pat for Franzi. If you really are the head of the smuggling ring, then you should acknowledge your crimes with dignity. Dignity? That is nothing more than a fool's insincere display of— Pay Franziska $5 for using the word fool. You owe her. If you really wish for me to acknowledge my crimes, then I would like to first see some of this thing you call evidence. New music. I tell you, I knew nothing, really. I didn't even know that a counterfeit plate was hidden inside that It just occurred to me. His nose looks like that, he looks like a tree nose, and he's the plant man. He grows lots of plants and has trees in here. I don't know why I just realized that now. I didn't even know that a counterfeit plate was hidden inside that statue.
Objection!
You swapped a real statue that vested in your country that vested in your country the authority to rule for a fake. It doesn't make any sense that you didn't know anything.
It doesn't make sense. Where doesn't it make sense?
Can you prove that it doesn't make sense? He's really got us. He's turned the entire situation around against us. The proof that Interpol has been after, which points to this man as the ringleader. If we can somehow find that proof now, then we can see to it that justice is finally served. Is there nothing I can use to break this case wide open? Are we like close to the end? Are we gonna finish this tonight? The trump card and the videotape. With those two items, we might be able to finally bring this man down. But the card is evidence from a case that Mr. Faraday hid away in secret. And the tape was stolen by Detective Bad from the police. They're both illegal evidence. No! The law getting in my way! No matter what, a protector of the law can't be allowed to use such pieces of evidence. Oh. He's gonna say, pretend it's legal. Needless to say, do whatever you can. We Von Karmas are commanded to achieve nothing but victory. And by any means necessary. The only way to bring someone like that to justice was to do so outside of the courts. The law! Me when I'm a lawyer and have to abide by the law. That's what we thought at the time. I will say though, Callisto was kind of slaying in that picture there. I no longer follow the path of Manfred von Karma. Yeah, you don't have to do it by any means necessary. Yeah. And I won't follow the path of the Yatagarasa. Yeah, you're gonna do this the legitimate way. Do things your own way. What creed will I believe in? If I want to pursue the truth, then I will sully my hands in illegality. And if I want to pursue justice, then I will lose the truth. No! Judge Dredd be punching the air of the universe. Hi Ridley. Can I be vulnerable? I don't know who Judge Dredd is. Is this just another version of me once again being culturally illiterate? I'm sorry. What is the law? What is justice? Good question, because Apollo Justice doesn't know what law is. It's still the funniest fucking thing to me. The funniest thing in Apollo Justice is that he is a literal working lawyer that says, but someday I'll know what law is. And which path is a prosecutor supposed to follow? Oh, that's from the 90s? Okay, okay. And that choice is what I must make by my own hand. Oh! Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh! What do I do? What do I do? One of these days I'll figure out that law thing. Never mind that I went to law school. They didn't teach us about law there. You know what? We're gonna do the... You said we're not gonna follow the path of Von Karma and the Yatagarasu. Manfred Von Karma would use this evidence. We're not gonna do what he's doing. Fuck Manfred Von Karma. Not using it. I'm a prosecutor, and I can't allow myself to use evidence such as these.
Mr. Edgeworth, if you don't do something, Ambassador Alba's going to get away with it.
I know, but...
Objection!
What are you holding back for? The only thing a Von Karma should pursue is the perfect... Girl, you gotta unlearn this! Girl, we can fix you! Go to therapy! You really do have what it takes to complete our argument. Then there is absolutely no reason not to use it, girl, please. Franziska, I'm hugging you. I'm so ill about her. She makes me so sad. I love her so much. Girl, you don't have to be perfect. Unlearn all like the bullshit that your father taught you, please. Hi, Guy. How are you doing? Langzi says, the reason people judge people is because people are people. So true. But honestly, that is a pretty good bit of wisdom. People are judgmental. People weren't born to be chained to the law. Laws are born to protect the true. And if the laws aren't protecting the people, then they need to be changed. So,
Stuck in the shadow of her dad. I know. She needs to break free from him just like Miles.
You're the only one here right now who can put this guy out to pasture. And that is the only way a second or third generation of Zhengfa's people will be born. Can you really still hesitate knowing the fate of a nation rests in your hands? Oh. There is no limit to the law. Any limit that exists was set there by man. When a person goes beyond that limit, then the law too crosses into new We can change the law! What reason were laws invented? The answer to that is what I must now show. Ambassador Alba. Okay, I do need to present it. Ha. Interesting. If the law isn't helping the people, then, like, why is it even a law? That makes perfect sense. Unjust laws do not need to be followed. Laws that don't bring about the right thing. Oh, I wonder what that card is. I've never seen that before in my life. It's a directives card used by the leader of the ring to relay instructions to his subordinates. Oh, is that what it is? This card was sent to the real culprit behind the KG8 incident 10 years ago! A man by the name of Mr. Manny Cochin. Oh, so why do you have such a card in your possession? Because it was hand-delivered to me by a certain great thief, the Yatagarasu.
The Yatagarasu gave that to you.
Laws not protecting the people? Whoa, no way.
Don't talk nonsense and let's be serious, Mr. Edwa. Do you have any proof that the card contains directions from the ringleader?
I'll have you know the card is not the only thing I was given.
What?
This contains security footage that was shot just before the start of the KG8 incident.
A KG8 incident?
The card and the video. These two pieces of evidence are what will seal your fate.
Oh, very interesting. I must admit I am very curious now. Very curious indeed in these case-deciding pieces of evidence you've presented.
The prey the Yatagarasu has been chasing all this time now stands before me. I can't allow this man who has had free reign for 10 long years to simply walk away. Now is the time for me to bring to fruition the valiant spirit that was given to me. The spirit of justice? 1:34 a.m. Good God. How long has Miles Edgeworth been awake? Because wasn't it like yesterday, like in the middle of the night, he got back to his office and there was a body in there? Has this man slept at all in the past 24 hours?
So what is this interesting thing that you wanted to show me?
The trump card and the videotape. These two pieces of evidence together make for the ultimate hand. But this is where the real meaning behind Detective Bad's words will be realized. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir? What you see here is security footage shot just before the KG8 murder occurred. From this footage, we know that the card is a directives card from the smuggling ring. This is the section that proves the card was used to relay an order. The section of the video? What? The section of the video that proves the card was used to relay an order. Containing orders from the boss. Is it because it's black?
Take that!
As you can see, Mr. Cochin is holding the card in his right hand.
I see. The killer is indeed holding a card with the exact same design on it. What's that card and the one you have? Just because they look the same doesn't mean that they are, does it now?
Ah, but there is a very easy way for me to prove that they are in fact one and the same. All we have to do is simply take a look at this. The blood? Well, we can't see the blood. It's in his hand. This dark red blood. This is your proof. Proof the orders on this card were played out in that terrible tragedy. The blood belonged to the victim of the KG8 incident. I mean, there's no blood in his knife here. I guess this is before the murder. Edward was running on trauma and a shitload of caffeine. Honestly, probably. Does Edgeworth drink coffee? Because I don't know if he would... He doesn't strike me as a coffee drinker. We know he drinks tea. Does he just drink a bunch of, like, caffeinated tea? I'm also running on just caffeine right now. With a bit of DNA testing, we can very easily verify that as fact. If you have no objections, I'd like for you to take a look at this next piece of footage. Car that passed by in front of the victim's apartment building.
He's getting the caffeine pill in pill form. Honestly, I could see that too.
It's an official Cadopian government car.
What?
Detective Gumshoe, we could please magnify the footage.
Who is that back there? This.
Take that!
Oh, wait. Is it not the emblem? Oh. Yes,
You must be very tired. You've been awake for 27 hours in a row.
is it just his face? I mean, we know it's Manny. Is that not the Cadopian, like, thing? What, Badoog? Is it not that? What?
Take that!
The fact that it's in his pocket, I guess.
The shape of this pocket and the directive's card in it, it tells us that without a doubt the person in this car is Mr. Cochin. The license plate on the car was also captured by a security camera, and with it we can easily find out who was sitting in the car on this day 10 years ago. Which is why I can say with confidence that you were riding in this car on that day.
Ah! Are his eyes gonna open? Well, I see. Oh my god, that almost looks like a prosecutor's badge. This looks like a defused prosecutor's badge, these two. You've done well, boy, to make it this far. However, about your claim that I was riding in the car at that time, that's going to be mighty difficult to prove.
How so?
The Principality of Cadopia no longer exists, but you're still wearing that badge, and I saw that badge in the reflection, dude. Naturally, all records from that time period also no longer. Well, that's stupid. Why wouldn't they keep those records just for posterity's sake? So, like, as soon as the country no longer exists, everything, like, that existed while that country was active is just, like, gone? Yeah.
It's arrogance. What he really means is he's already erased all traces of them.
Well, we finished here, boy. So shiny.
The only weapon I have left to me now is this piece of footage.
Okay, there's the badge. This is when we use the badge. I was ahead of the game once again. What the? Ambassador Alba, you're literally... I almost used Ace Attorney speak. I almost said... I was gonna say, Ambassador Alba, you're fingering that badge right now. Because they do love to use the word fingering, like, as a verb in this game, but not in that sense. They did it in this case already, actually. Yeah, the colorless badge, it's very odd. Like, everything else is, like, all gold and sparkly. Yes, what is it?
You were once an army man in the service of Cadopia. And it was you who made the many missions you participated in successes, correct?
Why the sudden backhanded praises, boy? Although, to be sure, the brilliant medals on my breast were awarded to me during the era of Cadopia. But now I am the only one who owns this particular medal.
In that case,
the only person it could be was you! Idiot! How do you figure that? Because you just told me you're the only person with that fucking badge! Do you hear yourself? Just clearly the same exact medal as the one on your chest. Did I watch the anime? I have not. I watched the bloopers, but I haven't watched, like, the regular anime. Oh, Jesus Christ! He's hollow! Just like the fake statue! Good God! This is how it will be, but I won't look back. Pure hubris, real. Ew, he's melting. Ugh. This is the path I have chosen. Also, yes, croissant question. Will I finish this case tonight? Because I've heard it was very long, and I see my camera's covering his face. Sorry about that. Will I finish this case tonight? I feel like we're like at the tail end, but I know this is also very long. So it's like a Gara shell. I do understand that reference. I won't finish it tonight. Are you actually shitting my dick? There's a yes. There is a moment in he said you fingered yourself. Just like Phoenix fingered himself in the games. God, I love Ace Attorney phrasing. It's so unintentionally hilarious. You moved me with your devotion to this case, Mr. Edgeworth. Why is he taking such an arrogant stance with me? It's almost looking possible, isn't it? For the lot of you to have come this far. It looks like I just might lose our little game this time. You might lose the game? You just lost the game. Hey Alba, Lang just said you lost the game, so like it's over. You don't get in the round, Mr. Ambassador. Is that a fact? Very well, I've decided to confess and admit my guilt. You're going to confess? And I will accept whatever punishment that may come as a result. What the? Regarding the Damask II murder, I admit I did it out of self-defense. You're claiming it was justified self-defense. Damask II attacked me and I thought that my life was in danger. If I hadn't done what I did, I might be the one you found dead instead of him. What a pathetic performance. I'm not giving you one. Oh wow, you two really know how to laugh at inappropriate times. If you wish to claim it was justified self-defense, then we will need some evidence. It's always the evidence with you, isn't it? But if that's what you require, I'll provide it. That man left a mark on me when he attacked. What? I don't particularly want to show it off, but this is proof that it was in self-defense. I'm an old man, and sometimes I don't pay enough attention when I should. Alright, a bandaged neck wound. What do we have that... Did he have a gun? Damask II didn't have a gun, did he? Oh, we can examine this. It's a counterfeit plate used to make counterfeit Zhengfa bills. He is a tree, yeah! It's incredibly detailed and even includes a phoenix! Phoenix mentioned? No way! Wow, this entire game, Edgeworth has referred to him as that man. And just now, when talking about counterfeit bills, he says his name. Wow! With plates as finely crafted as these, it's no wonder the fakes are so hard to spot. Nothing on the back, okay. What, do we have anything that could have made that wound? But Damask II didn't have a single weapon on his body. Hold on. It's nothing to get worked up over because I hid the weapon. Oh my god, you asshole. I'm sorry, but as you know, a murder is a murder even if it's in self-defense. And I couldn't let it become public seeing as how I am an ambassador. Garden shears! Oh my god! Jesus!
Ugh, it's covered in blood. He was trembling quite badly during our struggle.
How did he get those?
But that's when he grabbed the shears that were sitting in my office and attacked. So you see, it was an act of self-defense.
Is he right, Mr. Edgeworth? If we test that blood, are we gonna find it is his? Since he has both the wound and the weapon that caused it, it's enough to declare it so.
No way!
Oh, which reminds me, I guess there is still one more accusation I need to resolve. Smuggling and counterfeiting. Unfortunately, all of that is my secretary's doing. I had no knowledge of what was going on. Buddy, you had a big transformation and a massive, like, sprite change and everything, and an entire personality change. That is not the mark of innocence in this game. Stop spewing nonsense.
Just trying to throw my investigation under the bus in your desperation. If you want to get real honest, everything in this case can be connected to you. The murder at Mask 2 was done in self-defense. In my trials, no man escapes his crime alive. Perhaps so if you were my opponent in court. However, there is one very important fact that I think you may have forgotten. It technically took place in Alabast. So we can't be tried in like a US court, right? Why does she carry a whip? To hit men with. As she should. That's what you mean. Extraterritoriality. That's right. This embassy sits on what is effectively Alabastian soil. So any trial that is to be held will be held in Alabast. Therefore, the crime I just admitted to will never be tried in your courts. Agent Lang, what is Interpol's stance on this? Agents investigate, that's our job. The judgment of people who confess their crime. I mean, it's not really used in like that sense. Honestly, it's just kind of her, I don't know. Just being aggressive. I don't know. I don't like to think of it like that way with her at all. Ugh! I've already confessed to all of my crimes, Agent Lang. Furthermore, by the very nature of my position, I have full extraterritorial rights. These rights are effective even on your country's soil. Therefore, no matter where a crime may take place, I will never stand trial in one of your courts. Oh my god, this asshole. That arrogance in your expression. That's nothing like the face of someone who's ready to accept the consequences. Don't tell me of your own country's judicial system eating right out of your hands. Corrupt courts in other countries in this game? These crimes you all speak so seriously of. To me, this has all been nothing more than a game. Did his portrait change? It did. He's looking a lot like some other villains in this series right now. I won't say names though.
You may chase me out of this embassy with your accusations.
Extraterritorial rights is the biggest meme in the A Circle Jerk. Is it just because of this one case?
But it's no big deal.
Alabast has I don't know why I still have like this weird voice. Alabast has numerous other embassies in other countries around the world.
All you would accomplish is you would change the backdrop of our little game.
Just because of this, wow.
These 2 layers of protection that extraterritoriality provides him.
This is why he is one of those who cannot be brought to court.
You see now, don't you? I live in a whole different world than you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go and fetch your eviction papers.
Is there nothing we can do? To be continued. Jesus fucking Christ. This is so long. This has to be the longest case in the entire series, right? He who is above the law. Good God. All right. I guess a croissant question. How many hours do I have left in this case? I'll probably finish on Saturday. Like, I have energy and I could go for like another hour if I had to finish it. But if it takes more than an hour, then good lord. Holy brother. Because if it's like more than an hour, I will wait until Saturday. But if it's like less than an hour, then I could do it. But I don't know. It might be better to just wait. I don't know, is there enough for a whole stream of this? Because if I do this on Saturday and I finish it earlier than expected, we could go right into Prosecutor's Gambit. But I don't know how long the first case of that game is. So, I don't know. Either way, we will be done with this by Saturday, I'm sure. Anyways. Beats. Y'all like Sonic R music? You know you have to survive. Man, if I can figure out 3 hours, okay, then I will definitely save that for another day. Jesus. This is the longest goddamn case I have ever seen. Alright. We're gonna exit then. I'm saving again. I'm looking at my screenshots of Lang just like yelling. Hold on. I think this might be the game where I've taken the most screenshots. Spirit of Justice last case is like 24. Oh, that was a very long case too. Hold on. I'll look at all my Lang screenshots. Lang being a freak. What if Shilong Lang was called Freak Long Lang and he was a freak? Him barking, Edgeworth being sassy, pretty boy. I think I have 3 different pretty boy screenshots. 129 screenshots I've taken of this game. And there will be many more, I'm sure. Where's the first? I think I've been counting. In case 3, he called him pretty boy like twice. And yeah, here's the first one. Pretty boy, and then there's another one. I think he wants Edgeworth, but unfortunately Edgeworth is pining for a phoenix. Oh, also, I think I said this before, I was going through some of the previous cases in achievement hunting, and there is an achievement in case 3 for finding Phoenix, Maya, and Pearl in the background of this one case, which I missed when I was playing it on stream. And when you're on the bridge, Edgeworth talks about couples crossing this bridge with Phoenix in the background. Now, Phoenix isn't technically crossing the bridge, but he is crossing the river. Why is he talking about this with Phoenix in the background? Also, I'm curious, croissant question, I guess. Was Phoenix and the girlies added to the remaster? Or were they in the original version of this game too? Because this feels like a little Easter egg that could have been just added for the remaster. But if this is in the original game, that's cool too. Oh my god, hear me. Oh, it's in the original too? Oh, I love that. Aww. That's so sweet. This is wild out of context. Defendant's milk, yummy. I don't know why I'm looking through all this. Dead man! I don't think anything will ever come close to this name. Edgeworth being miserable. Screenshot of him being angry. Love it. Yeah. Him. Where is the other that man? Friendship is something special. That man! That man! He never says Phoenix's name. We need more banger music. I don't know. What if I can somehow... Oh god, I have so many Larry screenshots, I do. Oh god, that's way too much Larry. Oh, this one too! It's so funny that Franziska says this to the only canonically straight character in this franchise. Man. I think hearing Phoenix call Red White a fruitcake and like my very first time streaming Ace Attorney like solidified that this would be the series of all time for me. God, I love Ace Attorney, man. It's so fucking goofy. It's great. Oh god, I have energy. I don't know what to do. Oh, I took this one because it's like the siblings. Look at them. I have hired these cats to stare at you. If I can somehow get a capture card to work with a GameCube and stream Shadow the Hedgehog 2005, would y'all want to watch that? It would be a fever dream of a stream, of a game in general. But it could be funny. And then maybe I'll stream Shadow Generations. I think I should stream Shadow Generations, considering Robert Day Mond is in it. Anyways, I should probably wrap it up and like try to decompress. I don't know why I feel insane right now. So this long ass case plus iced coffee, that's what this is doing to my brain. I'm going to John Balatro. Hi. Anyways, I think that's where I need to end it and then just somehow channel this energy into something that is, I don't know. Anyways, thank you for being here. On Saturday at noon Eastern Standard Time, we will finish this case. I swear to God it will happen. We will finally finish this marathon of a case. And then next week, we start Prosecutor's Gambit, which I am very, very excited for. I hear people love this next one, that it's like peak, like on par with Great Ace Attorney 2, which I am so hyped for. And I also need to meet the loser child. I need to meet the loser child and then adopt him. But we'll get there eventually. Anyways, thanks again for